What's the first thing women notice? Your face. That's why you got to take care of it. Simple things like getting a haircut, grooming your face, and brushing your teeth is important. But there's one thing guys miss and that women always notice. It's when a guy isn't taking care of his skin. That's why I'm so excited to have T. Shanley as a sponsor of today's video. T. Shanley simplifies the process of taking care of your skin. They provide you with all the products you need and nothing you don't. Seriously, I don't think some of you believe me when I tell you how much implementing a quality skincare routine will improve your confidence in all aspects of your life. I recommend you start with the level 1 system, which comes with all the basics: daily face wash, exfoliating scrub, an AM moisturizer with an SPF 20 and a PM moisturizer. But and to make it dead simple for you guys, they provide an instruction card in every box that tells you when to use each product, how much to use, and in what order. But because T just sponsoring this video, they're offering you an amazing deal. Just click the first link in the description and get 40% off your first skincare system and free gift. Plus, as a member, you'll get 20% off for life. By the way, one of their new gift options is a silicone body scrubber, which is a $20 value and a complete game changer. Once you use this, you'll never go back to a regular loofah ever again. So don't wait any longer. Click the first link in the description to start your skincare journey today.
What's going on, family? What's going on? How y'all doing? Welcome to Lapeef Let's Talk. Let me go ahead and introduce the crew. We got Mr. Smooth, Poco Stiletto, Ford Smooth, Darling, Finding Mary, Lisa, Barcelona, myself. Welcome. What's going on, family? How y'all doing?
Blessed and highly favored.
Y'all sound dry as hell. How y'all doing? Damn. Stan, you there?
What up? What up? We need that theme music, man. You ain't put the theme music on tonight.
I know, man. I know. I tried to switch it up a little bit, man. See if I can catch you guys off guard. But
It's a dead silence. I got you.
Yeah, since Trev noticed, we are going to give a prize for Trev. So, shout out to you, man. I'm going to give you a case of water, man. A case of water being sent your way, man, Mr. Pure. Anyway, man, good to see you guys. Let's see what we got in the chat. What's going on? What's going on, Bron? M. John, President 48, BZ, Prime VA 757, Dale Matthews, Nelson, Sharon D. Berry, The Legacy, Christopher Matthews. Going on, everybody? Do me a favor, hit that like button. Also, make sure you subscribe to the channel as you guys come in. Had a great show ahead for you guys, man. Great show ahead. Heated debates. Black men are dangerous. Black men are dangerous. Y'all ready to do this? I want to pose a question to the ladies that we got on the panel. Are black men often viewed as the least ideal partners for black women?
You said least ideal what?
Are black men often viewed as the least ideal partners for black women?
I'm gonna say no.
Why?
I feel like black women, when it comes to dating outside our race, I don't see, just based on my experience and what I see, none of my friends date outside their race, or any black woman that I know in the schools, I don't see anyone who is with another race.
Okay.
Like when I go to the churches, like the smaller churches that I go to, because I used to go to Living Word, where I'm there is more diverse because it's a bigger congregation. But far as like the ones that's in our communities, like I live in a predominantly black community, I see most women with black men. I don't know anyone who is with someone outside their race. Oh wait, just thought about somebody from high school. She actually just married a Hispanic man, but that's the only person I know. But I don't know her. I just went to high school with her. We don't speak, but she did just get married to a Hispanic man.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, Miss Coco. Are Black men often viewed as the least ideal partners for Black women?
I'm still trying to understand, why is that a question? That's all. Like, why would Black women not, like, we don't look outside our race first, unless that's where we come from. Like, our childhood comes from a diverse childhood like that, then you're used to that, and then maybe, yeah, from since you're a kid, even being friends with white and Black men, you probably have grown to decide Black men are the least ones. But the narrative that a Black woman would ideally not want a Black man, that it's not a realistic kind of question.
Not a realistic kind of question.
Like, did someone say? Is there a clip you're gonna play that some Black women said that they least, that there's a data somewhere, or like a survey that happened, and some women were saying that they prefer to date outside their race. I'm just wondering where that question came from.
I just wanted to know just your thoughts. It wasn't necessarily tied to a video, but it is geared in the right direction when it comes to the topic at hand, which is Black men are dangerous, never date a Black man. So I just
Now,
wanted to pick your brain.
the question would be: is Black women least ideal for Black men? But we'll just go. Just saying.
Okay, let's go. We're trying to switch it up a little bit. Go ahead, Aisha. Let's see if we can try this again. Are Black men often viewed as the least ideal partners to Black women?
I don't think that they're viewed as the least. I think that the comparison has to do with like economics and when it comes to like finding your equal in that point. And for like women like me, like that work in corporate America and that live a certain way and have a certain lifestyle, how many Black men am I going to run into? So I think that it depends on the qualifications or what, because I know that Di said, nobody around, but I'm around a lot of people who date, Black men that date white women, and I'm around, the opposite a lot. I see it often, you know what I mean? And I feel like that normally comes down to what they feel like is a status. And that's just my view on it. I think that it's about status and what people perceive things to be. I definitely don't think that it's about commonality because you don't come from the same place. So that's my take on it.
All right, Ms. Chamonix.
Yes. I'm sorry.
Coming to you next. Are Black men often viewed as the least ideal partners for Black women?
I'm sorry. I just got the shower. That's why I came back in. The least. Okay, what was the question again? Say it again.
Are Black men often viewed as the least ideal partners for Black women?
No. Matter of fact, I've never heard that before. No. I don't think they're often. I mean, somebody may think of it, but it's not often. No, I've never heard that before. I don't think that that's the norm. The normal way of thinking.
I got a question for the guys. We don't have to answer it now, but do the guys, what are your thoughts on, do you feel that men date outside of the race more than women?
Well, it's not really the topic though.
You said ideal. Okay, so let me.
I wanted to know too, Coco.
Go ahead, Shan. You were saying something.
Okay, so you said, is it the ideal? So by Black women or by other people?
Are Black men often viewed as the least ideal partners for Black women?
Oh yeah, I'm trying to pull it out. No, I've never heard that before. I was trying to make it. I just never heard that before. No, I don't think that people think that way.
Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and run this clip, and then we'll go ahead and get the show started.
Let's get into it. Don't chew me up, because I know how you believe this like to tussle. I think Black men are all alike. I think Black men don't like Black women. I think you can meet 10 Black men on different dating sites and they all cheat and they don't respect their women. I think every other race values Black women other than Black men. I think the real gag is Black men don't like Black women, like they're cheaters. I'm convinced every Black guy is a cheater. I bet half of y'all can't even drop one Black man that love y'all that's loyal. Ooh, the gag. Black men hate us so much when Black women be the ones supporting them. And I know how you guys like to get in your bag. Don't be mad. Get you a Mexican, get you a Jamaican, get you a Haitian, anything but a Black man. And I'm stamping it. And if you want a white guy, if it ain't white, he ain't right. I just feel like Black women, we need to date outside our race because Black men don't like us. And we shouldn't like them, period.
Stamping it. I stand on it.
You standing on it.
Standing on
That
it.
shit must be food stamps.
No, I'm standing on it.
So what made you have this post, and what made you
Well, first of all, it's my preference. So all the Black men were so offended. It's my preference. I've had bad experience with dating Black men. They've been abusive to me. Not all of them, but the ones I've dated. So that's my preference. I wouldn't want to date a African American Black guy. I would do a Haitian, or I want to date outside my race. Like, even coming, I'm the only child, feel me? Like, my father, he's a Black male, but he didn't give me a good example of how a male should treat a woman. Used to beat on my mom. Used to do he's verbally and physically abusive. That's not something that I want. And I've encountered that on several different occasions. So that's how I feel. And I feel like the Black men out here that want to date, like, outside of their race with the white women or celebrities, I don't take care to that. That's their preference. So what they shit, like, feel me, it don't bother me. So I'm stamping it. That's how I felt.
Let's get into it. All right, Coco, I played a video for you. But after hearing what she had to say, how does that make you feel, and what are your thoughts on it?
Well, I mean, it goes back to the questions that I asked. You know, men, for example, the girl, I do feel that Black men really got issues with Black women. They talk about they talk about, oh, we wearing weaves, we don't do natural. They talk about we wearing extensions. They talk about anything. Oh, they want to get BBL. Like, they're constantly talking about what Black women are doing and putting it on blast. So yeah, that comes out as to, it's kind of like, yeah, especially the last couple of years, Black men have definitely been going in on Black women about, saying wigs and all kinds of stuff, lace fronts. And you just be wondering, like, I grew up, and the men that I know, like, I've never seen a man talk about a woman hair, her body, whatever, besides, man, she fine, or she a brick house, or whatever it is. So I'm going to go ahead and say that, yeah, Black men don't like women. And that's why my question is going to still stand, because Black men do date more out of their race. And Black women, we prefer our own race, but Black men are part of a percentage why Black women date outside their race. So I'll leave it at that.
All right. Go ahead, Ms. Shan Monet. I see that look on your face. What did you think about what she said?
It just sounds like she's a little fed up. That's all. A little upset. I think this is a very different question than what you asked earlier. I think that these are two different things, right? I can understand the emotion, or I can understand what they're experiencing. I just take it a little different. I don't just throw all men away because a few bad apples that are very outspoken. But I would agree that there are a set group of men who bash Black women, I would also agree that when it comes to dating, so to speak, and like I said, we're talking about black men, and we're not putting women in the situation. I think that it's hard to date because we're and it's not just black men. All of us, we're not dating with intent. So if you're going in trying to be intentional, it's really hard to find that now, and we seem to be the only culture having this issue, right? um and even if you are in a relationship, and let's just say you give a person that's still, and you can do all that you're supposed to do for years, that does not guarantee marriage, right? And again, I think that we are the group of people who struggle with that the most, so to speak. We're the least marriage minded race. And I think that because of that, when you're dating, you're gonna hit you're gonna have toxic situations, more baggage. Because when this person does you wrong, then you go to the next person. That's for men and women alike. You carry it on to the next relationship, and so now it just looks like a big shit show when dating in black. So, and people are feeling this way, and they're pretty much expressing their emotions on YouTube, and I think that that's where that's coming from. I don't think that she necessarily hates black men. I think she just has some bad experiences, some bad ones, and it's pretty much gotten to this point. And the same for men. I think that that's the reason why they say the things that they say, because they've had bad experiences as well. So that's what it is.
Okay, I'm gonna go to you, Sweeney. What was your thoughts about what was said on that video?
Well, first of all, I would like to say this: black men are not the only men that have something to say about their women online. That is simply not true. All you got to do is go to the whatever podcast or any of these other shows or Better Bachelor, and you will see a lot of black men have something to say about their women. So that is not true that only black men do this. Also, no, only black women are not the only ones that talk shit about their men, especially if you're here in America. You can go on TikTok. Most of them are white. A lot of them are black too. There's a lot of man bashing on TikTok, and it doesn't matter the race. But regarding this chick video, I love how she said black American men. Just threw that out there. I wonder if she even knows what lineage the man that she's dating even come from for her to even make that claim. She said, "Oh, go date you a Haitian man or a Jamaican man." Does she know whether they're Haitian or Jamaican or not? How many black men have she dated? And man, I don't know, man. It's just for her to speak so cavalierly about black men, and then when they asked her straight up, she said, "Oh, that's just my experience. That's just who I experienced." Then why didn't you lead with that and say, "Hey, don't date these 3 dudes that I dated in the past. They ain't shit." Why did you say all black men? Because you said all black American men. And I know you said all black American men is because then you said date Haitian or Jamaican or some other race or white. I think it's a pitiful take. I think it's even more ridiculous to say that it's okay for her to say that because she may be in her feelings. Because I guarantee you, if one of those guys that y'all call an incel got up here and said, "Man, black women ain't shit. You should leave them the fuck alone," this, that, and the third, would nobody understand where he's coming from? They wouldn't understand his hurt. They wouldn't understand his pain, even if it did come at the hands of a black woman. Would nobody bat an eye? So why are we sitting here giving her any type of sympathy for the bullshit you just said? I have no sympathy for that woman. Don't come out here dogging out men like that. Especially when somebody questioning you on it. I at least rather her would have stood on it and said, "Yes, I meant all black men." No, she came out when she was questioned and she said, "No, just a few black dudes that I dated in my experience I did not like." But she's trash. And there ain't nothing more you can say about it. I'm sure you're at your level Because when they were asking her other questions on that podcast, she wasn't the greatest crayon in the box. She showed that she meets men at her level. Her mindset says it. So just because you get the brunt of, just because you get the shittiest of black men to date you because that's all you can pull, don't mean you get to throw the rest of us under the bus.
All right, what do you
Why
thought?
is it? Let me just say something real quick. Why is it when something is pointed out that what black men do, the response is reverted to someone saying that only black men did that? Because I don't think anybody said that only black men did that. I know I used an example what black men do to black women online as to why some women may have that perception. So I understand you are correct. Black men are not the only one to talk about black women. But I was using that as an example because we were talking about black men.
Oh no, I wasn't responding to you. I was responding to the chat.
Yeah, I know, but I don't know who said, I don't know anybody that said that
Well,
only black men did it. So that's why I
just
was trying
scroll
to figure out.
through the chat. It said
Thank you.
Miss Livia Light, shout out to her. She was one of the first ones to say only black men dog their women out online like this.
Did you misinterpret it? Because white
No,
men
she
don't
said
talk about, like, hold on, white men don't talk about black women like that. So I think she was talking about only black men talk about black women.
no,
Asian
she
men
said
don't talk about black women. White men don't talk about black women. Just the black men talk about black women. So tell me what race talk about black women
no,
besides black men.
she said don't nobody talk about their women like black men do. That's what she meant. It don't. You said you didn't see it. Why are you asking me whether I misinterpreted it or not?
Okay. Go ahead, Trev.
Cool. So first and foremost, shout out to my guys, man, Daily Rapper Crew for even touching on that topic.
Yeah, shout out.
I did want to kind of answer some of the ladies' inquiry that they had, just for some context, before I really go in on how terrible of a take that was. So, as far as other races, if you look at white women, they'll marry outside about 10%. Asians are notorious for it. They do the most outsourcing, which is like 36%. Black men, they are just about a quarter of us who will date outside of our race or marry outside of our race, and black women is about 15% right now, which was very different from, because compared to 1960 it was about 5%. So it is on the rise. As far as us being dangerous, I mean, this is by design. We've been stigmatized for like ever, right? We have been the boogeyman. It is what it is. It's awful, but that's just what it is. There's always a negative connotation when it comes to black men. And what's to the forefront is usually the worst of the worst. But I don't witness any of that in circles, and I'm sure every single one on this panel say the same thing. You don't associate or affiliate any of those type of men. Most black men don't. What happened?
Your internet messing up. It's just me. Is it messing up, y'all? Okay, yeah.
Is it?
It's better now.
Okay. So, I mean, it's like this is just what it looks like. I don't have any issues with, if you feel like you want to date outside of your race, that's fine. But for her to be so ignorant, that's to say, well, don't date a black man, get you this guy, get you that guy. Any of those other races that she decided to mention also have a trash portion as well. I can tell you that, right? So that's the part that I don't like. You can go ahead and do whatever you like, whatever you're attracted to is fine, but you don't have to disparage your own race in order to do that. And that's where I find the problem. If you want to say what it is that you like about the races that you're going for, that's fine, but you don't have to disparage us. It was completely unnecessary. I'm not sure if she was just trying to get a hot take, because sometimes people just do that, man. They just want to be polarizing so they could get the attention and stuff. And some of these females go on there and then they get roasted when it comes down to it, and they start feeling silly. But that's that's pretty much my take on it. It doesn't make sense for them to go ahead and say that we are trash, because that's really not the case. That's not statistically correct, right? Most of us are not criminals. Most of us are not the boogeyman. Most of us are not abusers like they want to paint us to be. So it's a false narrative, and if they want to push that, it is what it is. But if you are intentionally looking for a solid black man, you can find them, and you're not going to find them at the clubs. You're not going to find them at the bars. Like you're going to have to like really be intentional about it. Strategic placement is what they call it. So if you're not doing everything in your power, and you are not ready, right? Like Sweeney definitely touched on it, where he said, pause, as far as those type of females, like if you're not in the right places, you're going to get that trash. You're getting what you're matching up with what's available to you, because you're in the wrong areas. You're in the wrong places, and your slate ain't clean. Your slate ain't clean, because I know plenty of women who can find men easily, but they're right. Everything about them is right. They have their own life together. If you don't have your life together, then you can't expect to get with these type of guys, because they have options as well.
I got a quick question. Let's say I humor y'all argument about the whole bashing thing. Can y'all illustrate exactly what you mean by black men have been bashing black women?
I think you're talking to the ladies.
What was the question again, Sweeney? I'm sorry.
I said, let me accept y'all argument that black men have been bashing y'all. Can y'all illustrate some what exactly do y'all mean by black men have been bashing black women? Like, what examples do y'all have of things that black men have said about y'all that would be considered bashing?
I didn't say that point, but I guess if I was to put myself in other people's shoes based on what I've heard, we're combative, we're less likely to get married.
At least I think that was something that Bruiser put on his show.
Where it's a lot of us who are single mothers, and a lot of men don't like raising other people's seeds. Just everything that, like those type of stuff.
Okay. All right. So my follow-up question to that would be this. Which one is closer to the truth? If we were to consider something bashing. Hold on, let me finish my question, Shan.
Oh, I thought you were done with long pause. Sorry.
I did not long pause. But which one would you say will be closer to the truth? If we wanted to talk about bashing, right? What you just listed, or calling black men criminals?
You said what I just listed there. What?
What you just listed, right? About what black men say about black women. Which one would you say is closer to the truth? What you just said about that black men say about black women, or what a lot of people say, where, for instance, black men are criminals?
I don't understand how that correlates.
Humor me.
I wouldn't know.
You wouldn't know which one is closer to the truth?
Mm-mm.
What about you, Coco?
I'm not doing this with this. We're not doing a funky chicken, Sweeney, tonight. I don't know what you want me to say.
It's not. Y'all just so defensive over. We're having a discussion. I'm just asking questions because
I mean, I'm a woman. I'm a black woman. I've been in a lot of women groups, social media groups. Like Di said, I hear what women say and their experience. I watch it. I look online. I just hear some of the stuff. I be seeing guys in the comments talking about, oh, that's why you look single. That's why you black and single. And I just be looking at that like, I don't even understand why black men say stuff like that about black women. And I'm not saying that all black men do it, but white, again, like I said, our own race of men bash women. They talk publicly about us, about what we do with our hair, or what we extensions, or your hair nappy, whatever it is,
No,
you
no,
know what
fair.
it is. All of the above.
Right. No, fair. I understand. That's why I'm asking. I'm saying the things that you hear that black men say about black women, right? You listed a bunch of them, so did I. Which one would you say is closer to the truth? Like what black men say about black women, or for instance, when black women say that black men are all are criminals?
I thought we were staying on topic. When
We
we
are.
wanted
Yeah,
to know
because
the
that's
answer
the
to the
thing.
flip
I
question
feel like
earlier, we didn't want to answer it because it was off topic. I
I
thought
don't
we
think
were
it's off
staying on
topic at
Because
topic.
all.
if you're talking about a black man being a
When Coco
criminal,
asked, when
men
men
kill
Yeah, one mic, y'all. One more.
women. Like men kill women more than women kill men. Especially black men kill black women more than black women kill black men.
So
So that's a different subject, though. I was just saying that's
no,
why it's two different
no,
things.
okay. Well, I guess I'll just get to the point, right? The
What?
reason why I asked that question, right, is because if we're gonna say that somebody's bashing someone, right? If black men rattle off the stats and say, hey, the vast majority of y'all are single mothers. The vast majority of y'all are raising children out of wedlock. The vast majority of y'all are doing this. And then somebody respond, and what that's considered bashing when it's the truth, then what would you call it if somebody told a lie, such as y'all are criminals? For instance, what that lady said in the video, we are the most likely to harm them. All the black men are trying to harm black women, and we're dangerous to be around. That's the whole main point of the show, is to say black men are dangerous. So which one would be considered the closest to the truth? Black men being dangerous to black women, or what black men have said about black women?
I wanna start off by saying that for years, centuries even, black women, specifically African American women, have constantly been degraded and put down by society, like even going back to chattel slavery. So the fact that you even asked that question, I have a problem with that because I feel like you already know that. Secondly, the comparison you're making is true on both ends. Black men are criminals. They go to jail. They do things. And there are also black women who are ghetto, who are loud, who are obnoxious. But for every baby mama, there's an absentee father. So it's like, why are we even making that comparison? It's the same on both ends. One has nothing to do with the other, though.
Do you think that when they say black men are criminals, that they're saying specifically women like her, when they say black men are criminals, specifically black American men, do you think that she's referring to a minority group or the majority of black men?
Can I give an example
Hold on.
about when majority black men have attacked a black woman who's never attacked a black man just because of how she looked? Scarlett, she's a rapper. She's a young rapper because because I didn't get a chance to give my take on it before y'all started.
You gotta wait a second because I think they was doing some. I'm gonna come to you next to get yours.
When black men call black women ghetto, baby mothers, and all of those things, are they just speaking about a select few, or are they talking about all of it? Because when we heard on podcasts, it seemed to be like all of y'all are the same, right? It's okay for y'all to put us in this group and say all of y'all are the same. But when she say all of you guys are the same, then there's an issue with that because she's calling you guys criminals. So I feel like you shouldn't even compare one to the other. We all know that all black men aren't criminals. We all know that if you go to Haiti, they over there gang, doing stuff to women and committing all kind of crimes. She don't even know the history of the lineage of the men that she's talking about dating and the things that they've done. So she clearly doesn't know the history of black men and the things that African American men have done and accomplished because she's ignorant. But that has nothing to do with the disrespect and the degradation that black men have constantly given to black women for you. It ain't even just black men, it's everybody.
So here's the thing, and this is the reason why I asked that question earlier, because when you talk about if black men came out and said black women are single mothers, is it true or not true that the vast majority of black women who are mothers in this country are single mothers?
I actually don't know the statistic, but I'm gonna assume.
Are you
Yeah.
saying that
We don't know the exact number, but I'm sorry. I just wanted to say, we don't know the exact number, but how many of those women that are single mothers do you think wanted to be in a relationship with the father of their kids? And the men, the black men,
Why
are
are
the
you
ones
moving?
that are not with them.
Why are you moving the
so
goalpost?
It
so
says
Is it
47% is single mothers. So no, not the
okay? So
majority of black women,
So
technically.
47% of black mothers are single mothers,
But that's not the
right?
majority. 53%
What?
are not single mothers.
All right. So 47% of black women are single mothers. What percentage of black men are criminals?
No. So 50. No. So I think that what she's saying is 47% of
No, I get that.
black women. Listen,
No,
black
his was wrong. So let's check for black men. 1 second. But I don't think anybody on this panel was trying to make that point. You're talking about a point of people who's not on this panel. But I'll
No,
look it up for you. 1 second.
we're reacting to a woman who said that black men are criminals, right? So which one is closer to true? When black men come out and say, "Hey, y'all are single mothers," versus somebody saying, "Black men, y'all are criminals." What percentage of black men fall in the criminal category versus what percentage of black women would fall in the single mother category?
So can I please say something?
Don't worry
I
about
have
it. We
the
can move
numbers
on.
real quick. Now, let me give him his numbers real quick. It says 26.6 of total arrests, including 51% murder arrests, 52 robbery arrests, 28% burglary arrests, and 28% of motor vehicle thefts, 42% of prostitution arrests, and that's black. Sorry, black men. I'm sorry, it didn't give me black men.
I think you read that stat wrong. I think that stat actually states that
I
it's
could
like
show it to you.
69%. Yeah, but it's saying 47% of all single
Or maybe
mothers,
it's just the
meaning
source is
almost
different,
half of
but I
all
read it
single
correct.
mothers. But black women who are mothers, the percent appears. I just gave it a glance, but it appears that it's higher than that. So,
and then
You said
also,
what was yours, Troy? What did you just say?
no, what I said from what it looks like, I just gave it a glance real quick. It's showing that 47% of all single mothers are black. But that doesn't mean. But the mothers who are black, if you take that as a sample size itself, all black mothers, it's showing almost 70%.
No, that's not true. You need to go
Okay,
ahead. That one
well, show me the real one because
again.
I can pull that up.
I talk about this all the time on my show, so that's not at all true.
so to Di's statistics, I know what stat she's quoting. She's basically looking at the percentage of crimes that are committed by black men, which is fair, right? However, that while those black men make up the majority of those crimes, are majority of black men those men? Or most black men law-abiding citizens? What percentage of black men are criminals? Not what percentage of crime do black men commit. What percentage of black men are criminals?
There's
I
not
guess we
much
can ask
information on it. It says there is not much information about how many black men are criminals in America, but here's some information about the criminal justice system and black people in the United States. And then it goes on to talk about the arrest and incarceration. But it doesn't give like percentages. It gives like different type of numbers. So I don't think anyone can really answer
It
that
says
about the
that
arrest.
by the age of 18, 26% of black males have been arrested.
Okay. I do want to dive a little bit to more of this video, and then we'll go ahead and get to Darwin.
What's your thoughts on this?
I think she's entitled to her preference.
Thank you, sister.
What
I would say is I do understand that it's more of a from experience. So it comes from a metric of what you've actually experienced, like from personal. But the fact that we're setting a tone or a stigma in regards to like black men is highly I'm playing the devil's advocate. Like I'm not on the opposite side because I've seen domestic violence and stuff like that in the black communities and black homes. but I am not one to say that all Black men are the same. It's similar to like when we were speaking on zodiacs and characteristics. Everybody doesn't fall into a box. It's just like them judging us as Black women. All Black women are not aggressive, or come from a background of she wants to be an alpha female or super independent. Some women do have, it depends on your nurturing and your nature of things. So I don't believe that we should stand on setting the tone, especially as a Black woman. You should realize that how empowered you are as a Black woman to say those things because you're coming from a Black community stating those things. So it is very sensitive when we say it compared to a white person or somebody from a different culture saying it.
I mean, I personally think I kind of agree with Ming was saying. I think most Black women who speak very firmly on all Black men are trash, it does come from a place of bad experience. So we're generalizing because I had a few, and again, it's your experience, but if you've had a couple men do you bad, then we generalize. So all Black men are bad, or all Black men are cheaters, or, find me a Black man who's good. And it's, again, because you haven't really experienced that, we just throw out these very generalized statements that I think is harmful. I think to me is very raising a Black son, and to hear so many Black women talk about how Black men ain't this, it's just like, I just think you haven't experienced a good Black man. And until you experience that, you may never ever experience a good Black man until you heal from that and recognize the role you played in choosing those, because we choose these men, right? You understand? So I think that we have to recognize when we speak, we're speaking from pain. That's really what comes down to when we say, oh, it's all Black men. That's just those Black men. She mentioned her father. So you get, it boils up resentment toward Black men. And that's where you got to heal and do some work, because you're going to keep meeting trash Black men.
Go ahead, Dara.
Who?
Can't hear you. Okay. Oh, wait one second. Let me read these super chats real quick. Just Blaze, 1011-499 says, Black women talk about Black men all the time, but we give you the same energy, and now it's a problem. Girl, go sit down. Daily wrap-up crew. Shout out to them, y'all. Make sure y'all get them a follow. This is the video that we are reacting to. It's on their channel. I did put the link in the description so you can check out the full video. $9.99. Appreciate you guys speaking on this. Hoping we all keep it real and even hold me accountable if needed. Daily wrap-up crew again, $9.99. Appreciate you guys speaking. Might have just did a double. On this, hoping we all keep it real, even hold me accountable if needed. That's Blaze, 1011-199. That please keep that sexy, natural hair look, boo. AP Accountability Partner, $10 says, first shout out to the panel. Coco looking good, smiling tonight. Dad's hair is fabulous. Aisha wearing those hoops like Nunu. Shan, you are lovely as ever. To my brothers, salute my guys. And we also have AP again. 50 balls. Secondly, Black men love and adore Black women. What I see and hear is Black women take criticism as bashing. We want y'all to be great. So when we say we love the natural, you want to argue and say it's bashing. Nah, sis, we want y'all to be great. AP again, $5 says, and lastly, the sister in the video was talking from a place of pain. It's really telling when she spoke about her father. She needs to heal. A wrap-up crew again, 199 says, everything she said was true. Stay not bashing. Everything she said was true. Stay not bashing. Did I read that correctly?
I'm here.
All right, go ahead.
Well, I think when women say there's no good Black man or Black man this or Black man that, they're masking their accountability behind their race. So it's a tactic a lot of Black women are using these days, because if you ask any of the men they dealt with, 10 out of 10 times, these men are not going to say it's the color of their skin. It's the problem. It's their behavior and their image. It's not their race. So instead of looking in the mirror, looking at their character, their behavior, and their choices, they hide behind the color of their skin. So that's where the tropes and the statements, oh, black man is, don't date him. If it ain't white, it ain't right. That's where that come from. So you got to be careful when black women start using that. This thing about what else were we talking about? It's talking about women being the least desired or something like that. What was we at on that? By the way, the lady in the on the podcast with the sweater on, who was dressed more modestly, specifically. I think she said it right. A lot of these women are moving off of their experiences, and their experiences is pretty much shaping how they view every man they encounter. And then when you look at a woman who made these statements, I mean, if you look at her image, her appearance, she's not getting the cream of the crop of black man. So, I mean, we can kind of like, we can pretty much tell the type of man she's attracting by the way her image is. She's got purple hair. She's got a t-shirt that says HIV positive. So obviously, she's been busting it open. And the penalty, she got the penalty. That's what I call it. A lot of these women gonna run into the penalty for their actions.
Ew,
and
HIV positive.
I didn't even peep that, Darwin. Holy shit.
I peeped it too.
Ain't no
bro.
way.
I was about to say,
Oh
run
my
that back.
God.
Either.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
Yo,
this
but
the
that's
this is the one that's
actually
saying
an
that
awesome
black
idea.
man that she experienced, or that she's talking about black men, and
holy shit.
And this is her.
That's her.
So
Good observation. Good observation.
Yeah, because I didn't even see that.
Women are usually more observant than men. I don't know how
Listen,
look.
I've been working since 6 o'clock this morning, so I'm halfway here. But look, so check this out. Though.
Hold on. I don't think Darwin's finished. And
That's why I didn't know. Okay, go ahead.
Let me just make one more statement about the bashing. The bashing and down talk or talking down. We also got to look into that. When a woman says you're bashing and talking down, for men, when we interpret that term, we might think of saying like, oh, you ugly, you ain't shit, or you disgusting. No, the bashing and talking down that women are saying that we're doing is pretty much correcting them or talking about how they're not appealing or how their choices in their behavior is not fitting for a suitable mate in a relationship. And they call that bashing and talking down. So I guess the only question is, how can we tell a woman that we love? How can we tell the women that we love, our black women, that, hey, you're wrong. And maybe if you fix X and Y, Z, maybe we can be more compatible. Because it almost seems like no matter how we spin it, you're going to call it talking down. If we tell you to marry before you carry, we're bashing you. To me, that's us saying we want to see the best for you. We're actually speaking on your best interests by calling out the negativity or the negative decisions or poor choices you're making. We actually want to see. We want to see you win, but y'all call it bashing. So I'm just confused on that, and maybe y'all can enlighten me on that.
So I think it's just the delivery, right? I've seen people who said things and they deliver it a little bit because it's coming from a genuine place. Like, look, these are some things that we need to change about ourselves, blah, blah. That's not. Because on here, we can sit here and be like, economically, we're at the end. Black men, what are we doing? You know, and I could be saying it from our heart and people are like, oh, you know, it's the same thing. Anytime one person points out the downfall of the other person gets offended. I've seen it on both sides, right? Nobody likes to be pointed out on what it is that they do. A few minutes ago, somebody spoke on here and said, okay, well, every single mom, there's also a dad who didn't stick around, right? So, but we didn't want to talk about that, but they're both a problem, correct? So we both have to take accountability. Women have to take accountability and men have to take accountability. But it becomes bashing when we focus so much on one side and not talk about the entire picture. And I think that that's what these spaces kind of lack a little bit. Now, I don't say all, because I have been on shows where people, and I know people, even on this panel, who have addressed it both ways. I know King Talker talks about it. You know, you guys do a good job of that. But a lot of times in these spaces, in manosphere spaces, people like to talk bad about other people, and yet they in themselves are not even together. You know, like, it's kind of like, how do you point fingers? And when you're not even together, we need to come together, you know, and critique each other. It's a difference between a genuine critique, or genuinely like, hey, look, we need to fix this. And then bashing is you're going in on somebody, like strong going in on somebody as to they're trying to tear them down. And that's the difference. We don't need tearing down. We need understanding so we can move forward to a solution. Because when you're bashing, the way you approach people, people are not listening. You know, it's all about, oh, what you say?
Oh, my bad. Go ahead.
You know, I think we're so big on being the entertainment, making the chat live. Oh, they're on our side instead of trying to find a solution and really trying to fix the problem. Because at the end of the day, it reflects all of us. Because if they don't look at it like, oh, black men, black women, they look at black people. You understand?
Shannon,
okay, I'm sorry.
I think you're right. You're right on that, right? So there's a lot of people, you know, who consider themselves in the red pill space. They are not like us, right? So if you watching us, you watching, you know, whether it be even what we just witnessed from Daily Wrap-Up Crew, we don't behave like that, right? We are more solutions based. The problem is the algorithm doesn't care. So a lot of these dudes are just more polarizing, and we know that negativity works, right? If we watch, what would we watch? Maury Povich, Jerry Springer, those were killing it on the ratings. They were able to have decades, right? Syndication, everything. And it's just because it was trash. People are attracted to negativity, unfortunately. And a lot of these guys are grifters. It's starting to come out. Everybody who's really deep into that space and going hard like that, then, like you said, they're not even, their lives aren't even together, right? They're not practicing what they preach, and they've been exposed for it. So we don't want women to really get that. It's just one of those cases, again, where we're talking about a lot of minority. I don't think that most black men hate black women, right? There is a level of frustration because we want better, and a lot of us are having difficulty navigating in these relationships because so much has changed in society in the past, you know, few decades. And especially now with the infusion of social media, it's become nearly impossible to find somebody. It doesn't mean we hate, because we want, if we didn't care, people wouldn't even say anything about it. We would just leave it alone and just divest, right? But even though there is a small portion of us who is doing it, it's not the majority of us. So we care. We do want black women, right? Pretty much everybody on this panel is married to a black woman, right? And that's what my circle looks like. That's what I'm sure a lot of people here, their circle looks like. So it's something that we want to fix. And it's just one of those things. It's going to be some tough conversations, but we're trying to do to happy medium. Where that is going to be tough, but that's why we these discussions. So I don't want women who watch doing it think we no, we don't. We love black, like say it again, we love black woman, and we want it to be fixed. And a lot of things I'm fine, right? I'm not worried about, and most of the gentlemen here, they straight. They're not worried about, like, they're not in the dating situation worried about all of this. But we understand that it's a problem, and we're talking about it because we care about society. We want our peers to also, and us as a community, a black community, to be able to do better. That's what we want. We really want better for our children, our next generations, and we want to be able to flourish. And most of us share the belief that, you know, the nuclear family is a great portion of how powerful you are in society, and it's directly tied to wealth. So we want this. And those dudes, it seems as if we're going to have to start really holding them accountable, right? We're going to have to start banishing them from our spaces. We're going to have to start shutting them down because they are misrepresenting us. They are part of the problem. They are part of what's making us look bad and projecting hatred. And it comes off like we do it anytime we speak. But there's a grave disparity, in my opinion, between what they say and what we say. because they're not practical. A lot of people are using and stealing the same talking points and just regurgitating anything, and there's no critical thinking involved. It's just talking points, and it sounds silly after a while. Once you witness it a few times, it's like, damn, you know. And then there's echo chambers, and a lot of the youth are starting to adapt these type of habits and ideologies. So we're gonna have to cut this off at the root.
I got a question for you, Shane. Did you watch that King Talk episode where that one guy came up there and told us that he had 14 baby mamas?
Well, I've been looking for it. I can't find. I keep hearing y'all talk about it, but I don't know which one it is. No, I didn't see it though. No, I didn't see that one.
All right, if you heard the way we was cooking him on that show,
Y'all keep saying y'all be trying to find
would
it.
you say that we were bashing him?
No, so I don't know because I didn't see it. So I think that you're misunderstanding what I'm saying. So when we have these conversations, I don't think that you guys are bashing, right? We can point out something and we can have a conversation about it. We may even have a hardcore debate, but it doesn't come off as bashing. Bashing is, y'all seen it. Come on now. And like you said, the algorithm is going to always show it over and over again. It's how you deliver it. There's no good intent involved in it. It's not about a conversation. Your main point is to get more people to follow you. It's pure entertainment. But what I need us to understand is they don't look at you individually. We are Black people. They look at us as a whole, whether we like it or not. Okay. You may think you're delivered because you went to the other side. You're not. You're still a Black person. You understand? So with that being said, we have to start looking good for each other. We have to start doing better as a people so that we can look good as a whole. Bashing one, thinking like, oh, it's not going to touch me. It does. It does. And if it doesn't affect you, it may affect your kids. Because whether you like it or not, you got Black kids. You're going to have a Black daughter. You're going to have a Black son. So the Black woman you talking about today, the Black daughter you producing tomorrow. You understand? So it trickles. You can't put something out there and think that you're just going to hide your hand and run because it's going to have an effect on your children. You understand?
Yeah, I understand. I don't disagree with that. Let's be specific, right? We know the channels that is out there wilding right now. We know some guys that have been exposed. We know Fresh and Fit has been wilding. We know that No Fugazi podcast has been getting cooked lately, right? Damn, never mind. Fuck it. Never mind. I'm gonna let somebody else talk.
So look, I wanted to say something. So I noticed. I think Alicia said something about degrading. Black women have been getting degraded since slavery. I hate when people do that. I hate when people try to compare their situation to what our ancestors went back to. It's so much contrast between it. A lot of people even use slavery in relationships today. Like that term is being abused. Like it's so bad. So you got to look at the context between the Black women that were degraded during slavery. They were degraded because of that hatred, pure hatred for the color of their skin. That's a totally difference of Black women being degraded today for their image and behavior. Black women are beautiful, gorgeous. It's nothing wrong with their skin. Not in 2024. Black women are flat out gorgeous. So it's totally different from the Black women. Black women back then in slavery was gorgeous. But they were being degraded. They were
being degraded. I just feel like being degraded is being degraded. And my point was not to compare how how it was a difference. My point was to say that it's been going on this long. It wasn't
and that's the problem. When you try to say that, when you try to extend the duration of what's been going on today all the way back to slavery, is very inaccurate. It's very inaccurate because
very accurate. Very accurate.
The type of degrading or whatever has been going on with Black women was not going on back in slavery. Black men was not treating Black women like Black women wasn't being criticized for single motherhood, for poor choices, for dressing promiscuity, none of that shit in there back then. So you got to kind of only extend that to a certain point, maybe in the 70s or some shit like that, or 60s. But to try to go back all the way back to slavery and try to put yourself among those ranks with those women, You got to understand how those women will eat all this shit up today. I'm like, what? I don't give a fuck. I got a black man on me. I'm good. The black women back then is way totally different. The things they had to deal with back then is totally different. So you can't really extend what's happening today back then. You get what I'm saying? It was total hatred for the color of your skin. That it didn't matter about your damn sneakers, your thong, your string hanging out your ass, none of that. They didn't like your skin, period. So today it was all about your behavior, the choices you make, and your image, the way you carry yourself. You don't represent family. You don't represent that you want to be married, like the image. And when we talk about when we talk about categorizing people, we talk about single moms. You got to kind of understand why people probably think most black women or they say all black women are single moms or whatever. If you look at the numbers. So for example, if you look at the women that's been on this panel, out of the 4 women on this panel, show of hands, how many of y'all are single moms? So if somebody somebody walked away from the panel and said all the women on the panel are single moms, how can that be bashing if we're just stating the obvious? If 4 out of 4.
If that's not bashing.
That's bashing.
Huh?
It's only bashing because your main opinions on how you view single moms. I think if y'all main opinions about single moms was like some of them are hard workers, some of them actually try, some of them get their boys in sports and stuff like that, I don't think they would mind hearing it coming from you.
So you're trying, you want us to praise you for what you're supposed to do.
No, it's just that's what we do. That's what I'm saying. It's not always bad, but when y'all speak about bad moms, it's most of the time in the bad light.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So when you hear, so when you say
if it's a single mom out there busting it open, don't talk about her because she's taking her kids to practice.
Well,
no, I'm just saying all the single moms that take their kids to practice don't bust it open. That's what I'm saying. You just seen how you compared that as if those single moms who do well also does bad because they're single moms. Like it's weird.
Right. And most single moms.
So basically what you're saying is the single moms who actually know how to cook and put clothes on their kids' back, don't talk about them because they, even though they had a baby out of wedlock and all this other stuff and still busting it open today, don't talk about them. Because
all of them didn't have babies out of wedlock either. I just want to say that too.
So
okay, how many women on this panel had a baby out of wedlock?
Relationship for 17 years. So I never had a baby out of wedlock. So everybody's story is not the same.
On a scale from 1 to 10 in society, how many black women are having babies out of wedlock?
I don't know. It wasn't me.
So I just said,
you know what the crazy part about it is? We got black women that's supposed to be praising themselves as the most educated. But when it comes to looking up stats to actually shed light on your fallacies,
I'm trying to tell you the stat.
Okay, go ahead.
I just sent Trev a stat, right? I think that what happens is, so there are a lot of black women who have kids, absolutely. And even if it's 50%, that's a lot when you're talking about majority of people who have children. I think what happens, even in the stat that I just showed Trev, I think that they have a way of wording things to make it seem a little different than it really is, which I don't even want to talk about, right? But I do want to get on your comment saying that single moms are busting it wide open. It only takes one time, and you can be in a relationship, have a kid out of wedlock, right? Nobody is, just because I don't believe in abortions and I chose to have my child, and I have a whole story behind mine, but just because I choose to do something the way, and it was a choice between both the parent and I, and it may not go with what you're saying, does not mean I'm busting it wide open for anybody. Okay, so that comment in itself is very degrading. It is not the truth. You know, that's just as ignorant as saying, oh, all, black men who sag their pants, they may rob you, right? You're putting people in a category.
No, that's totally different.
No, it is, because what you're saying is just because some do doesn't mean all do. So I'm not going to say some women who have had kids out of wedlock aren't out here. We can't say that because there are some. But there are some women who are not out here.
Okay, so and that's why I asked the question, on a scale from 1 to 10, how many single mothers that have children already are still out here having casual sex on a scale from 1 to 10?
That's hard to assess. First of all, that's hard to assess because
does that make them bad people?
So because there are people who don't have kids who are out here having casual sex. So how?
Okay, so how on a scale from 10, rate that part, the second statement you made. Then can you at least do that?
So let me ask you a question. That's like me saying, how many men are in relationships and they not marrying the chick? They just carrying this girl. How many men having sex with a girl? He fails to take responsibility for the girl that he has in his life. He's not owning responsibility, because that's what men are supposed to do. Men are leaders. So how many men
on a scale from 10, how many men are having sex? Are you saying on a scale from 10, how many men are having sex?
No, I didn't say that.
She said how many men are in relationships with women that just and aren't marrying them?
And are not absolutely are not marrying them. Or
What?
how many men?
There's numbers for that already.
I would say 50% of them ain't got no woman. 30% of them are married, and the other 20% are the ones that you're talking about.
So you're saying even out of the 50% who don't have a woman, they've never had a woman to ride for them ever in life.
Oh, Lord. Now she's moving the goalposts.
So no, that's not moving the goalposts, because that's being in a relationship with somebody.
Oh, so we literally gave you the answer to the stats you asked for, but whenever we flip it on you to ask you,
no. So that's not a real. That was his thought process. But I wouldn't even agree with that. How many men do you know in your life who are single, who have had a girlfriend and he just did not marry her? Was a good person to him, but he just did not marry her?
Like 3 people. 3 men.
Okay.
Come on, darling.
You said they had a good woman.
They
did not marry her.
The problem is, what you don't want to own up to is a lot of people playing with people out here.
I'm trying to have a conversation with you.
You're right. I am.
You said they had a good woman and they didn't marry this woman.
Correct.
3 of them. I only know 3 men that had a perfectly good woman that was marriage material.
And that's just you.
It irks me today that these men did not treat this woman right and marry her. I'm being completely honest.
Right, and that's just you. So if everybody's had that same,
you gonna ask me? Yeah, of course it's just me.
So what I'm saying to you is, if that's just your story. So imagine if everybody else had the same story, how many people that adds up to? You understand what I'm saying? What I'm telling you is,
I know how to do math.
So what I'm telling you is, intentional people are matching up with people who are not intentional, and it's screwing the whole game up. You understand what I'm saying?
Maybe it's just unintentional people are matching up with unintentional people.
But so hold on, Darwin. I think it's important for context. 3 out of how many people?
Oh man,
I love how when you give examples, Shan, you don't just give examples about men. You give examples about women.
Hundreds, thousands of men.
So you're saying under 1%. So you're saying under 1% is what you're saying.
Under 1%, bro. Good woman, bro. We talking about a good woman, and we all know that we had a conversation on
good woman, meaning he was with her. They were riding. She was down for him. Right?
Oh, yeah, man.
Good women can be in the eye of the beholder.
I've seen it happen 3 times. I've seen it only happen 3 times. A good woman who's down for this dude would do anything for this man. This man just wanted to fucking be a player. I know 3 cats like that right now today, and right now today they still move like that, even to today.
I mean, I did it more than 3 times myself, so I be seeing that shit a lot, bro.
I would say all the men I know, like in my I would say from college, like out of all my close friends, women and men alike, all the men are married. Only 3 of the women are married.
Right, but what you is, listen to what I'm saying, okay? I get that all the men are married.
How many of them turned down good women before they met their wife?
Right.
They married the wife. They married the good woman.
Okay, so what I'm saying to you is, we can honestly say men have options, right? Some men have few good women. You know, if you get that cat, you probably got a few good women who are after you, right? What I'm saying to you is, there are women who are great women who are still single because that man just didn't choose them. He just did, for whatever reason. It could have been a compatibility. It could be anything. That doesn't mean that person's not a good person. It just wasn't
not great.
That person. So
who called her great? I guarantee you, he's not saying she's a great woman.
Okay, maybe it's just the women in your life. Okay, I think it's all about the people that you are exposed to.
Shit, no, hold on.
It's hard to have this conversation if you've never been exposed. Maybe it's I think that makes a difference too.
You're asking the wrong question. Darwin, you was in the military, right?
Yeah.
Do most men in the military marry their women?
Did most men in the military marry their women?
Yes.
Absolutely. It was crazy.
That's where he has a deviation at. All military has an incentive for them to get married, so it would make sense that he don't know that many people that didn't get married because the men he's around is incentivized to get married through the military.
Not all of their women they didn't.
Hold tight. Get the super chat in. Ex-architect, $10. Black women register accountability as an insult, bashing because they didn't grow up seeing their mothers held to account for their actions and behaviors by their fathers. Big facts. Also got Victor Creed, $2. Says according to the CDC, 46% of black men have kids. Thank everybody that's contributed. Thank you, X.
I wasn't only exposed to just military men. So I mean, I get what you're saying though, but I've been exposed to men, civilians, and all. You know, I only been in the military a portion of my life. Like most of my life is civilian.
Are all your brothers married?
One of them is married. The other two never been married. One of them's been in and out of prison. The other one has mental instability.
Have they had any good women, you think?
No, never had a stable relationship ever. Drugs, mental instability. No.
So let me ask you a question. So, and this is no knock to you, right? You just named two things that people would judge people for, right? Whether we like it or not, people judge people for things that happen in life, whether it be like because they have a background, right? Because you're judging women because they've done something in the past that maybe they're not proud of. You know, you had sex with them unprotected, you have a kid, you didn't want to have an abortion. You have a brother who did something maybe that landed him in an favorable position, right? Would you not?
I don't judge women for that. I judge women for continuing to make poor choices if they understand and they've been exposed that, hey, the choices you've been making is not right, but they continue to keep making it choices. That's when I lose complete remorse and I could give a damn about how she feels.
All right, let me play a little bit more of this clip and then we'll give Marcus a bit more of his input.
I do think is a problem, and I am offended because when we constantly hear this from the women that we love, and not every man deserves the respect from you, but not all the black men deserve that same type of disrespect. We are not who your father was to your mother. We are not who those other brothers was to you, as a lover. And God forbid if this man ever do anything, I'm not wishing anything bad on y'all, but would that narrative be painted separately if it was something else from another man, or is it because of your experiences just only black men?
My experiences, definitely my experience. To those who are offended, I mean, I apologize, but I feel how I feel. I'm not backing down from that. I definitely feel like I'm healed.
Then that's not an apology.
I mean, I feel like she doesn't have to apologize.
The world wouldn't take it like that. The people that you apologizing to me, right? If I'm offended, right?
No, but you said you felt offended, so I'm addressing your feelings. But I don't like that's how I feel. Like I don't care about how the next man feel because the next man don't care how I feel. That's my opinion.
I do. I'm listening to you, and I told you I'm sorry that was your experience of seeing your mother, your brother, or your cousin, whoever mistreating a woman. But all black men should be bottled up in that. And there's white men who beat their women.
All races can cheat.
Okay, but but you didn't say that. You said only black men.
But it's not her job to change her preference to make you comfortable. I feel
it's not her job to voice that opinion.
It is her job because that's what she likes, and it's not. We don't have to be offended.
Said all black men are cheaters.
That's
and
her,
beaters.
but she said that. I didn't say that.
And I have the right to tell her she's wrong.
You have to because she's talking based on her experience.
That's that sisterhood shit.
No, but people can say what they want. It's like people say they like dark skin or light skin. I don't get offended. That's what they like. But it's okay.
But when you start stereotyping off of
you gotta be confident in yourself to know who you are. You gotta know that she's not speaking to you.
I don't think it wasn't I like Jamaican, Asian. It was all black men. That was a like it was factual.
But she's one
So
woman
that is
talking.
but it's to a large group of people. We got to understand how our voices are powerful.
Mhm.
Like we got to stop saying it's
Especially
one
as Black
woman.
women.
It's very powerful, and we on this big platform,
You gotta
right?
know
So
who you
we know our
are.
voices are
And all I
powerful.
would say is she's definitely as a empowered Black woman, you can own and be prone to acknowledging or mentioning how you feel. Just be careful with the way that you're delivering. A lot of people neglect the delivery, and the delivery is key. It's not about the message; it's the way that it comes across.
That message is wrong too.
I mean, yeah,
I
it
definitely
was the
take that into
message though. It wasn't about. I don't
Yeah.
think it was the delivery. I think
It was
it
the
was
message,
purely
yeah.
the message. The message was all black men are
Black men are
cheaters.
criminals.
Yeah,
All
that's how I
beaters.
felt. I'm
that was
standing on that.
you know, so
Yeah,
that
that's how I
was it
felt.
wasn't the
Coming from
delivery. It was
That's
purely
bad.
like
Right.
saying, right or wrong. It was and again, delivery was fine. It was her way of speaking. It was just the message of all black men are cheaters. Go find you a white man, whoever, just don't date black men. So that was the part where it's like your voice is so powerful that, once you put it out there,
Yeah.
imagine having a
When,
black son
when
or
you
black,
on
a black daughter. So then what?
I was
She
gonna,
still
I
don't
was,
even dig it. That's the crazy part. Like she really presented a blanket statement that was disparaging, like I was talking about before, and she just will not be held accountable for it. Like that's ridiculous. She's really thinking that it's a good thing for her to really just give out these wild blanket statements
She's a
disparaging black
heathen,
men.
bro. But the worser heathen is the one that's trying to shield her from
Yeah,
from a lesson to be
that's just
learned,
as bad.
which was
I
more.
got a question.
It seemed like the
I might have
only
seen
one
it.
they had sense was the pink
Wait.
shirt. She's the only one sensible over there, and she understood.
Did,
I don't understand
did
where these
she
women coming
have
from.
a shirt that said HIV positive?
She
she did.
does.
You missed that. We had a whole conversation about that.
Oh,
Marcus,
shit.
I think they should wear shirts if they HIV positive. So this way we know how to avoid
you
it.
know
I
what though?
think so too. So look, let me just get this out, Sweetie. I don't think if you say you like dark skinned women or you like light skinned women or you like whatever your type of woman is an issue. When you mischaracterize and pathologize all black men to be cheaters and abusers, that's beyond that. That's like saying all black women have HIV. Like you can't say that about somebody and then say, oh, that's just your opinion. No, that's defamatory language and it's slander. Like that's slanderous comments or what have you. Like, no, she definitely in the wrong. I just want to know, did she? I know I'm late. Did she tell the story how she got HIV, or she just came on there proudly with the HIV shirt?
She came on there probably with the HIV positive
Yeah,
shirt.
we don't know. We don't know it to be factual that she actually contracted the virus, but she's presenting it as she does. So I don't know.
And has she would have got up there and just said, "Hey, I like Jamaican men. I like white men. I prefer them." Wouldn't nobody have batted? Well, some people would have batted in the eye, but like she wouldn't have got the response that she got from black men. But when she said black men, and specifically, especially during this time and age, where you're talking about the ADOS movement, FBA, and all of that, you come out and say black American men are abusers and cheaters. Go get you a Jamaican or a Haitian or a white man.
She said that?
Yes.
Man, fuck that bitch. Like I didn't know that all that.
And I was nice about it because I got even more. Like her right here. I see those type of women a dime a dozen carrying on like that. I just call them heathens and I keep it moving. I don't even give them no energy. But it's the other woman that had nothing to do with it that's trying to protect that type of entitlement. Notice she said she's entitled to how she feels. It's very dangerous for you to go spewing that. And then, and I'm glad, I don't know who that lady is on the other side that's countering, but I ain't never heard of this. And this is what I was trying to talk to JR about last year, whenever we saw Just Pearly Things come on the rise and pretty much take over. We actually was looking for a black woman to fill that void, but none of the black women wanted to take out the whip and crack the whip. So a white woman had stepped in that spot, and that's why she was able to I think I had this conversation with Sweeney, but I've never seen a black woman counter and challenge other black women like that and do it so eloquent. And that's what kind of pisses me off. Like when I see these black women try to protect bullshit, it's like, what the hell are you doing? Like, and then they talk about, oh, y'all need to work on your delivery. Y'all need to stop bashing. Y'all need to we know how to hold ourselves accountable. But then when you see a podcast or a reel of a woman saying, I know this nigga was a sucker because he married me and I had 3 kids. And we've been sitting here trying to fight for single mothers, the at least the good ones that there is. We've been trying to fight for single mothers. But then a black woman who's a single mother go in there and push them back right into the mud. And then we look at black creators online and we checking that fucking videos and like, are y'all gonna talk about this shit? And none of the black creators is posting a video or reacting to that shit. So I'm like, y'all got an opportunity to correct this woman for that shit, and y'all not even doing it. So I'm like, so I know y'all are frauds. But somebody said 60 Goddess.
I think Sister Goddess did. I think she did.
So Sister Goddess did a reaction. That's probably one out of whatever.
I think she did do a reaction video to it.
But I was like, yo, I was like, what? Right after I just put out a video on which single mothers to date that's safe to date. And then I see that video, I'm like, God damn.
As a matter of fact, what's crazy is even with the whole Cooley thing, when he came out and started talking about single mothers, I don't know if me and Bruiser had this conversation on the panel or not, or if that was in private. I can't remember. But I was even when he started making the claim, that, oh, his single mother, the one that he began to date, doesn't fit the criteria. If I didn't say it publicly before, I would have said, then why don't you have a conversation about the single mothers that are safe to date, such as yours? But I think I only told that to Bruce over the phone. I don't think I said that publicly, but that was one of my thoughts. Was like, hey, you sat out here and you talked all this shit about single mothers, find out you're dating a single mother, and then when somebody question you on it and say, hey, look, well, what happened here? Oh, well, she's different. Well, then why didn't you come out there and just explain that, hey, these are the women that you want to go after. If you have to deal with a woman with a child, this is the woman that you should go after.
All right, let me see if I get some of the ladies in there. What are you guys thinking? Dive, Aisha, Jan?
I missed the video. What was the question?
No, it wasn't. I
should have got damn it. Shit.
Yeah.
I've been up all night, all day.
I mean, it could be anything what the gentleman was saying, not necessarily the video, just what he wanted to check in with you because you guys.
Oh, the guy who got he got offended because he felt like she should apologize for her words and stuff. That's what you're talking about. Is that what you're referring to?
Where are her people from?
Oh, I don't know.
Question I wanted to know.
Oh, talking about the girl who's HIV positive. The HIV positive.
I was about to run this clip and then we'll go ahead and continue it.
On the opposite end of the spectrum, and you hear like women saying, if y'all gonna date outside your race, then you could go do that. Just don't downplay black women. You know what I'm saying? So you could express your preference without downplaying what you don't like. You know what I'm saying? You could express what you like and leave out what your mama said. If you ain't got nothing good to say, don't say it. You know what I'm saying?
She said it.
I feel like I said it,
she
so
can say
it's
what
like
she
I'm gonna
wanna
say what I
say.
want. It's my page.
But
Y'all
you
made
gotta
that
know
go
who
viral,
you
but
are.
not the music.
But this is
that's how I
this
feel.
is the huge disconnect with men and women, and this is why sometimes we have these wars, these gender wars between men and women, especially black men and women, because women or a man may say something and stand on it when we don't acknowledge when something is wrong.
Mm-hmm. That's my opinion. I didn't feel like my opinion was wrong.
So you don't have wrong opinions?
I mean, I do in general, obviously. Like, I'm not saying that, but for that video, that's how I felt. I'm standing on it. I'm not apologizing. That's how I felt.
So how many black men you say you dated in your life?
I dated a lot. What's up?
What's a lot?
I dated a lot.
Yeah, put a number on it.
I can't remember. I can't count how many I dated. I dated a lot.
All right, how much black men you think it is in this world? Like,
how many black men do I think is on this world?
Yeah.
I don't
A lot.
know. It's not.
So you dating this and speaking on this. That makes sense?
Yeah, I do what I want, so I don't
Exactly.
care
You
about
know
what the
that.
next person
You know
thinks.
better.
That's
You
what I've
know
been
that
trying to
she's
say.
thinking
What you
on
gotta
her
say?
For myself, and I
So
said
it
what I
don't
said.
matter what she said.
It's going to
You
go
know the
around loops
truth.
around your head. I said what I said.
Like
So.
I said, she.
A friend co-signing that bullshit is in the same bag as her. Like some shit you just gotta be like, no, sis, you doing too much. I really want to know where her people from, so I really can like.
When she was in the video, it sounded like she wasn't from here. I'm gonna be honest. In her original TikTok, it don't sound like she's one of us. They not like us.
So I'm actually happy she said that, because I'll be damned if I could see like a black man dating her and watch him go through that relationship with her and potentially end up with HIV. I'm glad she, like, when these people be out here doing this stuff and acting this way, we really need to thank them, because they save a whole lot of trouble for other people on the long run. If you know this woman about to be out here, you don't have to deal with her. You can stay clean away from her. We can get down on the comments, make sure we prove how she wrong and all of that. But you know how niggas be like, oh, she tricked me. I didn't know she was like that. We need this energy to be on the forefront. So
I just wonder where she got it from and how she got it, because I don't think the guy who gave it to her was probably as honest.
Y'all think she really got HIV, or you think that she just wearing that shirt?
Did she say all black men is cheaters and beaters?
She might just want to repel men.
Got HIV.
Yeah, because this generation.
Let's stop capping, bro. The woman got
that shirt. She the one said HIV positive.
There ain't even a movement. At least there's a movement. When you wear like a pink ribbon or some shit, there's a breast cancer. It's not even an HIV awareness.
She got a whole shirt that HIV positive.
Listen, I think
got
that
HIV positive, nigga.
My shirt say Darwin. Am I lying about that? Shit.
Exactly.
This is a key component of my life. Dope black dead. HIV is a key component of that.
She's got
HIV. Shan, let's say for the sake of argument that she's not. If you saw a man up there, if you walked into the room and you saw a man wearing a shirt that said HIV positive, would you be like, I can deal with that? Or would you be like, I don't know about that one. I probably would. You avoid
it? First of all, yeah, that's a poor choice of fashion if that were the so I just stay away from it. But let me just tell y'all know what I do for a living, and they do stuff like that. Like, it is the weirdest thing ever. That's why I'm like, it's kind of hard to know, you know.
So here's the thing, like, and the thing is that you can tell by her attitude and the way that she moves that even when being corrected by 5 people in the room except for one, she on some I said what I said type stuff. Could you imagine if she's saying, "Oh, I experienced black men and none of those relationships worked out"? Can we say that it's fair to look and say, just looking at her at face value, is it beyond the realm of possibility that you don't get along with black men because you're insufferable?
I think, yeah, her personality it would even be hard for me to befriend. But I think that again, I think that just to how adamant she is about it. I think that she just been okay. Let me just give y'all a scenario. Let me make you understand this. So often we hear on this panel that men they put women in categories, right? Would I agree? So if let's just say this woman keeps coming up with this and these men who keep putting her in the same category, even if that's the category that she does not want to be in, and she feel like that she doesn't deserve to be in that. When you think that those guys, because they're not telling you that you would grow an animosity towards men, would you not?
I would accept your premise if you agree that works. When that you remember, you was on the panel. You remember that one guy that came up here and JR had to kick his ass back off because he came up here was like, man, black women have been the worst women on the planet. I swear, when I dealt with they are the devil. You wasn't up here when that happened, JR. You remember that? You had to keep knocking dude back down because he kept like saying some wild shit about black women.
I believe so.
Would you accept that? Oh, that's his experience, and he gets to come out and speak so cavalierly.
So I've already said that because I can tell that's her personality. Because even I don't care how bad somebody treats you, you don't act like that's just how she acts, right? That's her. She's that percentage of people we talk about that don't know how to control their, they just be out here wilding. I mean, even in the video with the hand movements and all that kind of stuff, I can already tell. That's just who she is. So if you're saying her the way she's moving, I agree with whatever you got to say. Okay.
Oh no, I was just trying to answer your question when you said that when you kind of alluding to the fact of maybe that really if this is her experience with men, should we be willing to either understand or accept what she said about black American men specifically? And so I rebut that by saying, but you said you may not have saw the show. But there was a black man that came up here that JR had to keep kicking off the show because every time he came up here, the dude damn near came to tears. I don't know if Marcus was up here. But I know Trev was up here when it was happening. And he had to keep kicking the dude down because he was going off. And JR had to keep having a conversation with him in the chat, like, hey, look, you can come up here, but you got to chill. And we understand your pain. So would you say that you will also understand if there was a man that came up here and spoke so disparagingly about Black women, would you accept that that's his experience and that it's okay for him to say that? Or will we have to call that out and be like, hey, look, you wrong?
I'm gonna call that out. She wrong. I've already said that though.
Oh, well, okay. Well, shit.
So look, I
said
looked it up.
that all men aren't anything. Like I do feel like she's coming from a place of hurt. As I would say, the guy who came up here, if there was a guy coming, he's coming from a place of experience and he's been hurt, right? It doesn't take away their hurt. There's a reason. There's always an action and a reaction. We keep getting the reaction, right? And we're faulting people for the reaction and not the action. So I'm able to see the whole picture and say, this man didn't grow. He didn't come out the womb like this, right? Something happened to him for to be right here. I'm smart enough to say that, right? But I will also say that we have to be better, just like the panel on this show, the show that we just saw. You have to be careful about your words. We understand that you're going through something right now, but you never want to put something out there that you're going to later regret. This is going to trickle down to your children. You don't mean all men. Unfortunately, the men that you have come across probably did not do you well, right? But that's not all men. You have not experienced all Black men. You have come across good Black men. You have. Whether you acknowledge them or not, there are lots of good Black men that have come into your life. It's just that for whatever reason, we get bit, that does all this, and we forget about the people who've done us right? Because that feels so big, and we seem to forget about all these people who are Black men who've been so great to us. Because we want to emphasize that, you know what I'm saying? Because we're so hurt. And so I just acknowledge the fact that she's been through something, but I also acknowledge that she needs to take a chill pill, because right now everything that's coming out of her mouth is just incorrect information, and she just put that out on a public platform.
She, like many other people who have these extremely negative relationships with the opposite sex, has a horrible personality. She has a horrible disposition. She probably thinks she's more attractive than she is. She say the men that she don't want her. So her general dating perspective is trash. So she gonna come out and have an opinion and try and convince other women who probably have a better dating experience that all men are trash because misery loves company. I looked it up and it did say that HIV positive is an awareness shirt for 22 million sub-Saharan Africans who are HIV positive. So there's that. Yeah.
Hold on, y'all.
So she's not even a Black woman.
No.
Just being an advocate for.
According to the there you go, Sweeney. She not even us.
Man.
Let me get to these couple.
We're gonna leave it alone, Bruiser. But you, like I told you,
ex-architect $5. Statistically speaking, there's about 4 to 1 Black baby mother to Black baby daddy ratio. Who's improving?
That's incorrect information. Y'all gotta
The
stop.
accountability partner $20 says everyone has missed it. Her issue is with her father. She's projecting it on all Black American men. Her trauma is dictating her reality. She's happy for the attention from her viral video. That's why she's standing on it.
That's possible.
All right, let me
it's more like 2 to 1. I ain't gonna say it's 4 to 1. It's more like 2 to 1. It's actually closer to 2 to 1.
That's not true. The stats do not support that.
What stats are you talking about?
Saying is that
The
it was
same
the factor that you
thing
said.
The guy spelled calm.
Okay. Y'all ready?
Right. That's all they're saying. It's not saying like if you would have said through my experience with X, Y, and Z, then it would be more
directed toward
focus on that, your metrics and your experience. But when you say all, it sets the tone as a empowered Black woman that you have experienced it, and it's most Black men, which is messing up our community in a sense, because it's setting a stigma that all Black men do this, all Black men do that. Speak to Mike. Okay. All Black men do this and all Black men do that. And it just sets the wrong tone, is what they're all saying. They're saying if you never said what y'all saying, then it was perfect because you're like JP.
I respect it.
You're welcome to have your own opinion, but it was the words that you chose.
I feel like
'Cause that-
regardless, even if I say all parts, that's how I feel. Some other people say, "Oh, black women are aggressive." I don't give a flying fuck because that's how they feel. But they shit or how they feel don't got nothing to do with me.
Right.
So I don't.
Racist white men say that all black people are lazy. We know we're not lazy. We know we work our ass off.
check him too.
But suppose you gonna check everybody. Like, bro, I'm not gonna fight you because I know the
it's
truth.
wrong- if it's
I
wrong,
am
then
not
yes,
lazy.
you
I
have
don't
to
have to
check it.
fight everybody who says something that is wrong about me. I know what's right. I ignore them.
Shan, check the back check.
Oh.
Yeah, this is why image is important. You know what I'm saying? You have so many people that say, fuck it. Fuck their representation, fuck how they're mischaracterized. No, you gotta get it right. I'm a married man. I'll be damned if somebody come around here and saying I'm busting everybody down in Atlanta. But I'm coming after them. Like, nigga, no, get the shit right. But yeah, man, I don't know who's worse. I just call the other one with the awareness shirt a fucking heathen. But the sister that's on the other side, she's speaking from a space where she sounds like she knows better. She sounds like she knows better, but she's still trying to push the envelope on account not being held accountable, which is it's just disgusting to watch. And when we talk about degrading black women, I think we need to clarify something, because, and I'm gonna push this question to you, Trav. What do you think degrading black women is? But first of all, before you answer that, is it true that the woman can degrade herself based on her behavior and her image?
Absolutely, they can. They can present themselves.
Okay, now you can answer.
They absolutely can. It's how you present yourself, like you said. They could behave promiscuous. They could, just it's in your persona, your disposition. So there's a lot of things that you can do to disparage yourself. First of all, right? And if you're talking about how other people would degrade them, is to generalize, right? Like, we see a lot of people do it. You hear terms like, single mothers are for recreational use and things like that. That's an awful thing to say, right? Because there's obviously different circumstances. It's on an individual basis. If you didn't want to date single mothers because you didn't want to take on that responsibility, that's your prerogative, right? You can have that. There's nothing wrong with that. But to say that all are for recreational use is, irresponsible. If you're going to say
what if the person said, what if he made a statement like this? When I look at single mothers, they for recreational use only. Wouldn't that is how the single mothers appear to him, and what he would do, how he would interact with her, versus saying, would men think all men believe single mothers for recreational? That's him speaking on behalf of how all men view single mothers. That's a totally different.
It is totally different. However, when you are, when you hit the pinnacle of once you start passing like 100,000 subscribers and you're getting the attention, you have viral videos, then you are, to some, a role model, to some a hero, and certainly to some an authority. Now, with that, there comes a level of responsibility. So you have to be careful what messages that you put out there, because you're going to reach a lot of people. And for some, it's an ideology. So when you say things, if people want to be like you, if they admire you in such a way where they are trying to mimic your moves so they can be in your position because you present it so well, then you have to be careful how you articulate your messages, because it'll when you make disparaging remarks, people are going to say, okay, well, damn, if he say he don't want single mothers, then I don't want them either. So even when you state it that way, it's still a fine line you have to not cross, because people are going to follow you.
So what if he say, what if that same person that make that statement says, you know what? I'm never going to be bisexual. I don't want to do it. Should he be careful with that?
Well, if you know how the alphabet community get down, then yeah. But you don't have to. You don't have to, right? So that is kind of different, though. I see where your message is at though. Like, so yeah, I understand that. I understand that. So but again, if someone says that, if they're like, okay, well, yeah, I don't really like single mothers, they have the right to say that. They have the right to say that. Now, adding those other things on top of it, and you know, when you start to put them into categories as recreational use, is different.
I just want to say that the woman who is popularized that HIV positive shirt name is Annie Lennox, and she's famous for her push for the global feminism movement. It's like you pull the mask off on some Scooby-Doo shit, and it's always the same culprit. So we got a woman. The global feminist movement is out here saying black men is beaters, abusers, and cheaters. Man, a white feminist is saying is oh my god, this shit don't.
Let's get into it. Don't chew me up, because I know how you ladies talk to tussle. I think black men are all alike. I think black men don't like black women. I think you can meet 10 black men on different dating sites and they all cheat and they don't respect their women. I think every other race values black women other than black men. I think the real gag is black men don't like black women, like they're cheaters. I'm convinced every black guy is a cheater. I bet half of y'all can't even drop one black man that love y'all that's loyal. Ooh, the gag. Black men hate us so much, but black women be the ones supporting them. And I know how you guys like to get in your bag. Don't be mad. Get you a Mexican, get you a Jamaican, get you a Haitian, anything but a black man. And I'm stamping it. And if you want a white guy, if it ain't white, he ain't right. I just feel like black women, we need to date outside our race because black men don't like us. And we shouldn't like them, period.
She said date outside of our race, so she absolutely considers herself to be a black woman. You don't think so?
Nah, see what she did was she tried to conflate being amongst black women while disparaging black men, black American men. But she's cloaking herself in black Americanness while at the same time disparaging black men and black American men. That's fucked up. And I hate when they do that shit. So when they call these motherfuckers tethers, that's what the hell they talking about.
So what is she if she's not black?
I think she's African.
She's
like
she's Spanish.
I don't know about that. Did she declare that somewhere? Why are we saying she's not black? Because according to the video, she said
I know what she is. I figured it out. I know what she is.
What is she?
She is
She's joking.
She's a heathen. The bottom of the motherfucking barrel. It's a damn shame.
Yeah, I don't know. I think she is. I guess what would you say, FBA?
Nah,
I think so. If not, then y'all gotta say what she is because that's what she claiming. She banging for, black American women. So if she's not, then that's what she claims. If you're gonna say she's not, then you gotta say what she actually is. And I'll concede to that. But as it is right now, that's what she's claiming, and nobody has presented any evidence to have me think otherwise.
She said she been with so many men she can't count on her hands. I could see if she said
she can't count. Just count, like not in her mind, not in nothing. She dated a lot. She's probably a serial dater.
Count. Like she didn't even say, like I could see if she would have said, I've been divorced X amount of times, or I've been married X amount of times. No. She's been in the rec yards, striking the fuck out. And when I say rec yard,
you know what you mean.
You know what I mean.
You got her TikTok? Do you know her name on TikTok or Instagram?
No, but I could look into it.
Sweeney, if you find a link to that video, it's they normally post it in the beginning.
Yeah.
It'll be up there.
Y'all think these tethers or whatever y'all want to call them is responsible for the gender war between black men and black women?
Absolutely not. I think that they participate for sure. participate. They participate.
I believe so.
Oh, come on.
I do too.
Y'all would like to believe so. Y'all bugging. Y'all bugging. Y'all are bugging.
I don't think they power. I don't think we can't give them that much power. That's just too
All right,
much.
so if you do that, then you got it. You can find out really. Just take your top 10 offenders and then go back to what they really are.
All right, let's talk about it. Myron Gaye. Who else is one? Oh, we got Fit, whatever his name is, Fresh Air Fit. That's 2 people. Then Cooley. Then who else? Who else?
What is he? What's his nationality?
We could talk about the publications. The Shade Room,
the Griot, the Root,
what is it? The Root,
Spirit World.
Yeah. Your spiritual world. Yeah. What are all they?
Not here. Most of them are ran by somebody that's not here.
What about OWN Network?
Oh, then the baddie shows, the lady who make Love and Hip Hop, all of that shit, bro.
OWN Network.
Mona Scott. Mona Scott's not Black American. What is she?
Caribbean, I think.
Oh yeah, just talking, man. Come on, y'all gotta get these.
No.
This sound like wishful thinking, man. I don't know.
I'm telling you, I gotta go down a rabbit hole.
Hold on.
Black American. She's like Jamaican or something. She's not. Mona Scott is not. She's not black.
So
none of them are black. The Shade Room, Gossip. None of those.
She's Haitian.
Cynthia G. Haitian.
None of those are black.
She's Haitian. Mona Scott is Haitian. Yeah.
Candace Owens. like you pick a person, bro.
Candace Owens ain't black.
No, she's from the Caribbean too.
From the Caribbean.
What about Kamala Harris? What about Kamala Harris? No.
Caribbean, bro.
So all of these motherfuckers ain't even us.
I have to tell you.
Right. That's why we call them tethers, because they tether on and they pretend to be black.
Candace Owens, she was born in New York.
Her lineage.
Her Caribbean descent. Her lineage.
Yeah, you know what I'm thinking of in my mind? I'm thinking it was a 757 that went around the country. They done picked up Myron, they done picked up Cynthia G, they done picked up all these motherfuckers on the same flight and dropped them off in the goddamn Air Force hangar and gave them an assignment and said, y'all need to get y'all a podcast.
Hey, Trev, I swear to God, go on Twitter and start just looking up all the people who got something negative to say about black men and black women, and just look in their profile and look.
And it's gonna be a flag
up there.
It's gonna be a flag. This shit is, you can't even ignore it. It ain't not everybody from a foreign country or foreign lineage is a tether, but these people are tethers that are doing this. Is what we're saying.
Well, let me play devil's advocate. Let me play devil's advocate against that.
And a lot of them be lesbians too. That's a slept-on thing. A lot of the people that be real active in this be man-hating lesbians with the background from someplace else with an extreme disdain towards Black Americans. It's by far rampant. And if you go through their tweets, this shit ain't just start. Like, when do y'all think the gender war shit started online?
I will tell you. I could tell you exactly when I started to notice it. It started with the Root. It started with the Root. When I started reading articles on the Root and it started being very negative towards black men, I said, oh shit. And then one day, shit, you find out, you look up and be like, okay, who are these people that run this this website, which is ran by black folks, but they not us. Well, Awesomely Lovely was on there. Like, when you find out,
I went to high school with her. She was real quiet there. She didn't get no love. I mean, she looked pretty much the same back then, but yeah,
she been online calling people Akatas and whatnot.
Yeah, all of that shit.
Who you talking about, Marcus?
Awesomely Lovely, however you say her name.
Let me ask you this:
look exactly the same in high school.
Would it be false to say that these people that are talking about relationship issues come from a culture where the behavior wasn't prevalent, and that's the reason why they're talking about it?
No, I don't even think, because all right, if you look at the number,
and why are they saying go out of the country to find a woman then?
So I think these people see a specific, like, you know how you feel bad about some shit, like it go on the black people, like, oh damn, if I do this gonna make black Americans look bad. They don't have that, but they can operate in the same sense of it and then do as much disparaging shit as they want, but it don't fall back on their people. And a lot of the people who are from there might be like, that's some bullshit, but these people may feel akin to us. But those specific group of people, they like shit. Fuck them people. You know what I'm saying? They completely have disdain from either growing up they felt othered, or they couldn't take roasting, or the men they like weren't attracted to their type, or the woman they like wasn't attracted. Like, cause it's on both sides that shit be happening. You know what I'm saying?
They only recognize, because they're Black, they only recognize their other when they do something successful. Like when one of them get an award or something, then all of a sudden you realize, oh, that's a Haitian American. I thought they was regular, Black like us. But when they do something bad, it's like they try to mask and be like everybody Black. They do that all the time.
But my question is, let's say these people are coming from a culture in their country, their relationship dynamics they don't have to deal with these issues.
The number one paternity fraud in the world is Nigeria. Number 2 is Jamaica.
Look it up. Who?
Paternity fraud, like paternity fraud cases. Number 1 place in the world for paternity fraud is in Nigeria. Number 2 is in Jamaica. Then if you talk about over sexualization of cultures, like we got some sexualization here, but let's not act like what Carnival is. Let's not act like what wine is. Let's not, like that shit is very, you know what I'm saying? It ain't, oh, we just do this one thing. So it can't be, oh, this, I've never seen this where I'm from, and I come over here, I see this, and like, all right, even Uncle Luke, right? He sued what is it called? He sued America so he could make raunchy music and push that shit out. He was on Twitter doing the same shit, anti-Black American shit, laughing and I hope you niggas get lynched because y'all didn't elect Kamala. Like this shit, bro. This shit.
So what I'm saying, like when we look at the numbers, or when you look at the disparity or the issues with nuclear families, are these other countries experience what America is experiencing?
In regards to what?
Their nuclear families being destroyed.
No, they've experienced, because colonialism fucked the world up. So they have their own specific.
I'm just
like,
trying
if
to
you mean
figure
like
out
did they interject drugs and then create a crime bill and remove fathers out the home and all that shit? No, but
so what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to figure out, okay, so why do people feel like it's an incentive to tell men that they should expand their horizon as far as they should date outside of it? They should get a passport if they want a meaningful relationship. I mean, I know that most of the motherfuckers go over there probably tricking anyways. But for the most part, is it safe to say that these people are coming from a culture where their relationship dynamics aren't down bad like this? When they see it, they're like, oh, let me pick up a mic and talk about this shit because it's crazy over here, or some shit like that.
Yeah, but you have to look at the places they're saying to go. They're not saying to go to Jamaica for the most part, or any part of the Caribbean really, or places like that. Or there's some people who may direct you to the motherland, but not many. They usually say to go to Asia or somewhere in Latin America. So that's where they usually tell you to go ahead and find you, like the passport bros and all that. That's where they frequent. They up in DR, they up in Colombia, they up in Brazil, they up in the Philippines, they up in Thailand. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's where these cats are going. They're not saying to go to the Caribbean or Africa for the most
Trev,
part.
are those sex tourism hubs though? All the places you listed, are they not like the home of the $20 holler and the menu, the sexual menu?
So this
Good night, Cinderella.
Listen, anywhere that was considered a third world country where there's the serious
it's just this internet.
Yeah, you started breaking in and out. Well, I knew you was about to start cooking.
I'm gonna change my joint. Well,
I was saying, start over right now. You good? Remember, it's not the mic; it's the signal.
All right. So it's anywhere, all of those different places that they're saying they're not in the Caribbean. So damn, Sweeney, you was about to ask me something. I lost my train of thought.
No, that was Mark. I think Bruce actually. I was just telling you that your internet was messing up. We couldn't hear you.
Yeah, you messed up. We couldn't. I actually was the sexual tourism hub, and you was talking about in any third
Oh
world
yeah.
countries.
So yeah, any third world country where there's a great disparity in income, there's going to be sex tourism when people visit there. But that's not what the majority of people are going for, right? I'm going to be doing a documentary, boots on the ground, in some of these places starting the first quarter of next year to, I guess, debunk that and kind of explain what's going on for real. But there are plenty of people who go ahead and retire there or just go there, period, and find a wife or two. Right. And that's what they do. It's not just for that. There's different reasons. There absolutely is going to be sex tourism for sure. Right. Because it is what it is. The economy is way different. You already know what it's hitting for. But it's like anywhere else. Just like if you go to a major city, if you go to let's say you went to New York City, at most, it was usually rated as like the highest place for, the easiest place for a one night stand or whatever. But you're not going to find that in Montana or Oklahoma per se, unless when you start hitting the major cities, right? That's when you were like, okay, it's different. So they have the same type of situations where you have your major cities where it's a lot of fuckery going on. And then if you go outside, you go a little more away, then you'll start finding more wholesome people, just like over here. But there is a big difference in the way that they are raised. So they are more family based, and the women are generally more submissive and feminine. That's just what it is, right? So they go there, and part of it still could be just because of the economy and different things why they would treat you like that. But it is what it is. It's fair exchange ain't never robbery. So they go, men who have what these females are looking for, go ahead and get some women, and the women are giving the men what they are looking for.
You know what's crazy? They did a top 10 most promiscuous countries in the world, right? And listen to this list of countries, and they don't never get no smoke. Australia, Brazil, Greece, Chile, New Zealand, Germany, Italy, Switzerland, Thailand, and South Africa. If we supposed to be the ones with the most, why are we not on this list? Why aren't any other people that they say, oh, this is you ruining through sexual expert, not on the list? I'll put it in I'll put it in a whatchamacallit so you can look through it.
What was the list, bro?
Most alternate studies of sexuality and promiscuity. Oh, top 10 most promiscuous countries in the world.
Oh, okay.
I think it's because we have the most influence.
That could be it. We got the most influence. Also, I think the reason why a lot of these people can come over here and talk bad about relationships that are from other countries and do well on a platform, I think it's largely because it resonates with people who are going through those experiences. And it's not got necessarily to do with the race. It's just they can relate to what's going on. You get what I'm saying? So
I feel like they did trauma porn. Like a lot of the people who appreciate the fresh and fit content the most be men who might have been turned down by the women that fresh and like the type of women that fresh and fit be talking to. And when they see their ass get shitted on, it kind of like it's porn. They like to enjoy that shit. So if you got an issue with Black Americans, you want to go see the content where it's like, yeah, let's shit on these Black Americans. Let's XYZ for whatever the issue may be. You know what I'm saying? Whatever that issue is, you want to enjoy content like that. And the algorithm is going to prioritize that shit.
That's absolutely true, Marcus. It'd be the same dudes that'll go ahead and support the OnlyFans too. They had a woman who went on there, and then her OF absolutely spiked like the next week.
Every woman that go on there
after going there.
Every last one of them that go on there. That's why they go on there. If they weren't benefiting from going on Fresh and Fit shows, they wouldn't go. They know that's why they all go on there, because they know as soon as you leave up off
visibility,
they're all of their OnlyFans spiked.
What about the show we're talking about tonight?
Oh, that's Daily Wrap Up Crew.
That's what I'm saying. Like, what about Kevin Samuel's show? Like, is it because they can resonate with the content. The reason why they can be so successful. Like if you look at Harley initiated content, the reason why they're doing so well is because people can resonate with what's going on. Otherwise, you wouldn't be able to get any traction, any views, any subscribers, none of that. You have to talk about what's clickable and what's relatable, right?
So let me ask you this. Now, how many people in America actually deal with like gun violence as like say somebody in a like a real inner city? It's not the vast majority of Americans, but a large percentage of that don't deal with that shit, consume that shit by the drove. So I don't necessarily think it's because they relate to it. Like they never been on a drill. They never, you know what I'm saying, have nobody killed in their family. They just watching that shit, and the entertainment value and the salaciousness is high. Like
yeah, but how did they get to it in the first place?
I mean, it's
You gotta understand these channels and these audiences are growing from zero. Like, how did their content get found by these people in the first place? I think people click on, I would say people click on what's more of what they can relate to versus what they're entertained by. I mean,
who's the number one consumer of hip hop in America?
I would say white folks.
Can they relate to that?
Can they relate to hip hop?
Yeah. Or is it entertainment for them?
I think you're answering a different question. When I say they consume more of what they relate to versus entertainment, I'm talking about what they relate to, what they're inspired by, what they want to be, or things they want to accomplish. They would click on more of that. So let's say if it's a podcast that's exposing an issue that's going on, and they actually not only exposing it, they following up with a solution of stuff, a solution to the issue. You would probably go and watch that. Even though it's entertainment, I would think you would be more driven by the fact that you're going to go get a problem solved. I would say right now on YouTube, if you starting a channel, I would focus on solving problems before anything.
Entertainment seems to vastly overshadow educational material. Like people.
No, well, I'm not talking about whether it's winning or not. I'm just saying. So for you specifically, when you get on your phone, are you looking to get a laugh out for the most part? If you're gonna sit there for 5 hours, would you rather watch something that you're gonna just laugh at for 5 hours, or would you rather watch something that you can relate to and learn from for 5 hours straight?
I think it's a combination of both, but mostly people just want to be entertained.
I mean, so okay, so maybe it's just me because I can look at some shit, ha, and then I'm like, okay, I'm done. Let me get locked in. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, in my life, I watch way more entertainment television than I have educational programs, and I watch a lot of educational stuff. But I've watched way more.
Don't just take what you can relate to and just put that in there in education, because what you can relate to can be, oh, I'm a boxer and I'm watching boxing, or I'm watching somebody train, or I'm watching somebody practice and breathing, so they can be more calm in the ring. Like it. When I say relate to,
think about this,
directly intersects with your life.
Think about it like this, bros. Think about the TV shows that have gone viral. You had things like Game of Thrones, the Walking Dead.
The dragon.
None of us ever killed a dragon or seen a zombie in our life. But those are the shows that wind up captivating the entire country, including us. Versus, like most people just want to be entertained.
If you look at our performance and how we're versus the rest of it, you can tell. Just look at social media designed. It's flip. What educational really comes up? Almost nothing in most people's algorithm. That's not what we respond to. Most people spend most of their time being entertained. That's why I try to say, like, try not to focus on, when I say relatable, try not to focus on relatable, meaning educational. Relatable can be, okay, so I'm dealing with the family court system. So I'm probably going to consume more content related to parenting, child support issues,
how to get my custody, you know, what the fuck I'm gonna do if I'm in arrears or some shit like that, whatever. Versus just laughing at jokes and shit on my Instagram timeline. At some point, I'm like, okay, now it's time to lock in. You get what I'm saying? So I'm gonna spend most of my time actually locked in on my purpose.
You hyper focus on success. That's a top 10% mentality. Most people don't think like that.
Hold on, Bruce. I get what you're asking. Let me explain it in this way, right? So if you are online, right, and you looked at like the ADOS FBA versus immigrant American thing, right? You would be like, damn. You would see this space and be like, damn, this is how black people feel, right? But when you go outside, while you may see that black people relate, like just think of Chicago, so to speak. Ain't none of the people in Chicago, when they were going leading into the election, were using any of the terms that you heard ADOS use. However, the feeling was still the same. They still felt the way and they still moved a certain way as far as where they vote went, but they weren't saying any of the things that you see online. So while we may experience those things, while you can look out into Black America and say, hey, look, I see that y'all have these certain experiences, what we're seeing online is not being led by Black American people, nor is it being consumed by us. Most of them just living their lives. You muted, bro.
Doesn't that shine the light on the issue that because we don't feel like we don't feel like a sense of urgency to actually build platforms and actually control the media, when we don't feel like we can take time out of our life to do that, we leave room for other people that don't have our best interest to go and do it.
That's why I took cable out of my house for that specific reason. So there was a portion of time when I was in the same mind frame as you, right, where I'm hyper focused on goal orientation and accomplishing a task, reaching the next plateau. I would wake up and listen to David Goggins, and it was like a 30-minute motivation video. That was the first two things I had to set to my the smart home. So when it'd come right on, that was my alarm clock. I'd be in bed. When Ray Lewis started telling this story, I know I got 15 minutes to get up. Then on the way to go to the buildings, I would have more motivational stuff going. Then I have this, and the third. By the time it was time for me to go home, I really ain't even want no entertainment. I just needed to decompress. So I might just sit in silence or watch a movie in the car while I'm going back to the house. But most people aren't there. That's a very atypical, extreme personality trait that most people don't have, bro. Most people just living their life. They either work their job or they just getting by, and then they wake up every day and they just living. They might drink, they might smoke, they just going to work, coming home, and living. They not thinking about how do I reach successful plateaus, right?
If everybody on this panel, and we all just experienced Thanksgiving, right? We all just went to the family house. All of us do this YouTube shit. All of us are up here regularly. We watch this shit regularly. When you went to your families, when you went to Thanksgiving, was any of this shit a topic of conversation?
No. And I think we talked about that. The reason why it's not a topic of a conversation, because when you come to family groups, first of all, y'all don't get to see each other a lot. So you want to capitalize on that moment. Then, you know what I'm saying, a lot of the shit that's floating around about Uncle Larry or some shit like that, you kind of just want to keep the positive. When the moment y'all motherfuckers get in the car, you see how she was dressing her kids. You see how he had the nerve to bring that bitch up in here, and he ain't even divorced yet. You know what I'm saying? That the conversations they actually want to have.
No, I get that. What I mean,
they ain't gonna have it after they leave because they want to keep.
What I mean is this gender war thing. Is any of this ever a topic of conversation amongst your family where y'all get in the room together and it's basically a bunch of bitches is this and niggas is this? Or is it just motherfuckers just sitting over there having, like, we complain, we talk our shit, we gonna always talk shit.
Listen, Sweeney, the reason why it's not because the conversations are gonna be different. If you go home for Thanksgiving with your mama, who's a single mom, who made poor choices, and all y'all niggas out of wedlock, you be a damn fool to sit up there and talk to the motherfuckers that steering the goddamn that's creating, that's making the macaroni and cheese said she ain't shit. She's a single mom. She was out busting it open with all these niggas. You'd be a fool.
Nah, that's
So
cap.
yeah, the
Bro.
conversation
I'm
ain't gonna
gonna explain how that's cap. So there's this video that went viral, right? I'm about to explain how that's cap. There's this video that went viral, right? And the girl asked her family, "Who gonna cut up at Thanksgiving today? Who gonna be the one to fuck it up for everybody?" And her whole family mentioned his name, the Auntie Lisa. And sure enough, Auntie Lisa cut up, and everybody talk shit about Auntie Lisa. We talk shit about our family members all the time. We be like, "Hey, man, we already know, you know what I mean? Uncle over there drunk than a motherfucker," or like we do talk shit.
I know we do, but let's say your mom and your daddy never worked out and they broke up back in '93 or some shit like that because she was out there busting it open and smoking and drinking and shit and doing burnouts on a big wheel. I mean, not a big wheel.
Where do you get these people for? Like nobody.
I'm just saying. Let's just say hypothetically, you are not gonna go in there. And you know, at the end of the meal, you know, y'all both sitting there, she washing the dishes, you rinsing them all. You know the little movie cliche. Mama, whatever happened to you and Dad? Like, why didn't it work? You ain't finna bring that shit up at no Thanksgiving holiday, man. You just gonna say your piece and you gonna get the fuck on. Because you don't want your mama feeling like shit on the holidays.
I wanted to talk about that. But what I did talk about this holiday was my grandma voted for Kamala, right? And I told you she damn near tried to pretend like she wasn't gonna speak to me. She got over that shit real fast when she seen I was gonna stay in my grass. She tried to bully me with it. So I tried not to say nothing to her about it. But you know, Joy Reid told them that people, if they didn't vote for Kamala, then you don't have to be around them for Thanksgiving. Like she kind of put that in their ear. So she called her sister. Her sister called herself cursing me out today about how Trump is gonna put me in slavery and all this other shit. But it didn't happen at the Thanksgiving thing. The conversation of Thanksgiving call, her sister calling me, telling me I'm gonna be 12 years a slave again because
I would give hey, none of my damn that might be that West Side shit, man.
So
none of my family was calling me on no bullshit.
You didn't. So you mean to tell me?
Hold on, y'all. I got to get super chats right quick. Let me take super chats.
You ain't ask your auntie if she was in Freaknik?
What? Nobody gonna do that.
Well, we already know they was at Freaknik.
Hold on, Shan. How old you, Shan?
We got Victor Creed, $5 says y'all forgetting her shirt literally means death. Everyone else but go off. I guess we can rational it, huh? I don't know about the assumptions, champ. Shout out to Family Biz with the $50 suit to you, sir. We got Michael M. 499. Marcus Sweeney, did black women get tricked into feminism because of the tethers, which was the start of the gender war?
That's a good question. You got to account for the past. I don't think tethers had that much influence back then.
Hey, I can tell you this right now. Even if you did talk about the
hold on, did you just take your belt off, man?
Belt off.
I was fixing my belt, man.
Oh yeah, all right. Go ahead and give me a smammage.
I was like, how do you take that belt off sitting down? It's just like.
Because at first I was like, I know this nigga ain't take his underwear off of him.
Oh hell.
That's
bullshit. So I ain't gonna say muscle memory.
Platform is women dressing modestly and stuff like that. Do you think there's a cultural shift with women not wanting to dress modestly and wanting to be more revealing? Like, what's your thoughts on that, real quick?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just the norm. I think that is what women like to see other women in my opinion. I think women hype each other up to dress more revealing, and even though we know, most of us know that men don't, good men, a quality man does not want, you can find a man who's going to like it regardless, right? But I think when you start attracting certain men, they're not going to like that. And I think when we get into the modest talk and the conversation, it goes back to the let women do what they want to do, mind your business, why do you care? But I'm like, it's so much protection that I don't think we correlate what dressing modest. And, again, going back to your point about wanting black men to protect you, how can a man protect you when you put yourself at risk? And I think we kind of undermine that even just by how we're dressing and we go out in public. I have to know that when I go outside and I'm going to, wear certain things, if I put myself in a situation, I'm now putting my husband in a situation because of how I'm dressing. So I think we go back to like thinking about, because I know for us as women, we want to have the autonomy to do what we want, but I think we dismiss. I think as long as you understand why men objected, I think cool. Like, as long as you're aware that why men don't like it, but I think we get into the men are controlling, they're insecure. I personally don't believe, this is just me, I don't believe that a man who's with a woman, if he truly loves her and cares about her, that he will allow her to go outside with no clothes on. That's just me. I don't think he really is serious about her. That's just my opinion. Because I think any man who truly loves his woman in that way and wants to keep her sacred to him, he's not going to want to have her exposed to the world. But if he's like, I don't care, girl, do your thing. I just think that that's a viewpoint on depend upon. I just don't think that's a real man would want his woman to be that way.
Gotcha. What's your thoughts on this?
I don't really have any thought. I don't agree with it, but I don't got nothing to say on it because that's how she feels. My man loves me to death. I'm still gonna wear what I want. I just don't agree with the whole simple fact. You said something like if you wear, what'd you say? You said if you wear revealing clothes, you got to be prepared to come with that.
So I'm saying if I go out in public and I'm wearing, let's say something see-through, and every man is not respectful. We know that, right? And he decides to touch me, right? And again, it's not okay. I'm not saying it's okay, but we know that there are men out here who don't have respect and they will, do things. At that point, I now will have to involve my husband because now I have to, let's say, call him because this man put his hands on me. Simply off the fact that I was exposing myself.
I feel like, well, that man, if he were to touch you, his mother, whoever raised him, failed him. Because a woman, you should be able to wear what you want without being touched or sexually assaulted.
But let's think about this. What you're wearing, is it not sexual?
Give an example. What you talking about? A dress? You talking about a bikini top? What are we?
See-through.
Yeah, it's just exposing your body. Your breasts are showing. Your butt is showing. It's see-through. You know what people wear. They're wearing very. At this point,
people all the time wear that. I still don't. Right. I don't agree with what you're saying.
Right.
Though.
But again, I think that's kind of the thought. Like we should be able to wear whatever we want. I think that's also, why we have this clash with men and women.
Yeah.
Go ahead and wear it and let your ass hang out. If the mosquitoes don't bite you, the motherfucking goddamn a handful of goddamn, don't let them goddamn Kawhi Leonard claws get on you. Some big ass
I got a question for Shan, Aisha, and Di. Do y'all think that a man can love you and let you wear revealing clothes outside?
Oh shit.
I think absolutely. I think that it just to me, a regular woman like me, no. But you have
a regular woman?
I mean, when I say that, I mean like I'm not famous, right? So I feel like some people have to do that for money. Like it's women that literally get paid to put on these outfits, walk on Paris runways, and they're married and their men allow these things. To me, your man has to allow these things to happen unless you're like Gabrielle Union and you wear the pants. That's a whole nother story. But I think on the average, every man that I have ever dated or came in contact, they don't want their woman showing off to the world. Like it's just not a thing. You know what I mean? And I think that it's a thin line between a man saying, I think that you should know. Like I think that your man shouldn't really have to tell you, don't wear that. But if he happens to be like, oh well, dang, that's a little revealing, whatever, then that means that made him feel uncomfortable. So as a woman, I think that you should take heed and be like, oh well, do you think I should change? And change your outfit. Like it's never been that big of a deal as these women make it. The whole my body, I can wear what I want to wear. And I always feel like, well, that's why you're not in a relationship, because why wouldn't you want to keep that private? Like, why would you want to walk around with your ass out? Like it just, you know what I mean? Like every day, every time you go somewhere, it's ridiculous. And I blame social media and I blame the culture. And I also blame men because just as much as y'all say y'all don't like it, it's 3 times men that do like it. And they are okay with it. So that's my take on it.
I think that there are levels, you know. I think you go out, you're classy, you have a classy, like sensual, you know, maybe a little bit of cleavage, you know, a little tasteful. I think that that is okay. If you have something that's see-through, I mean, but whether he loves you, does he love himself? Why would he want to be seen with you? That's a reflection of him
who's
too.
the
That's
cleavage
embarrassing for him. Shoot.
Who is the cleavage for? You or for external validation?
No, I like to look sexy for my man, you know. But it's never distasteful. Do not get it twisted, because I don't like showing my body to everybody like that, because I just don't feel like it's necessary. I don't like to go anywhere that I feel like if I run into a kid, I'm gonna have to be like, you know, people take their kids out, you know. So I wouldn't do that. But it'll be just
don't you got to kind of show a little bit so you can get the man you want?
What you mean? You can just be have a nice outfit on and pull a man.
Where your man at? No, I'm just messing with you.
I actually turned my camera off because he just that's where I went when I turned my camera off.
Y'all remember what I said on King Talk? That's exactly what I'm talking about.
So Shantae is not single, if that's what you're saying.
Oh, so you finally found a man. That's
I've been with him for almost 2 years. What are you talking about?
I mean, I know you for 3.
Oh yeah, I was with him when we first started here. So, but that's my. But I told y'all I'm friendly, but I'm not accessible. So I'm not just out here, you know, just dating any type of man. I'm sorry.
I think that since you did say my name,
2 years you engaged.
I think since you did say my name, I'll give my opinion. I dress how I want to dress. I feel like on my daily basis, like on a consistent basis, I have on jogging pants. I love jogging pants. I like dressing down. But often I like to show some skin. I feel like the older I get, the more I don't want to show skin. I feel like I've noticed, and it's starting with my generation too. I feel like people be judging people that's like way younger than them, right? So for instance, in my mom, she's like 51. In her generation, when they start wearing like baggy pants and stuff like that, the parents was just like, what is y'all doing? Like they was judging them, they was calling them hoodlums, they were telling them that their style is this and that. And even when think about back in the day when women just only used to wear dresses, right? Soon as they start wearing pants, they were calling every woman who wears pants a feminist, or whatever the case is. I do think that some women show their body to get for monetary value, but I don't think that's the case for all the women that dresses like that. I dress like that because, like she said, it depends on where I'm going. So, for instance, when I go down to Pride, I see a lot of people just like dressing crazy because I guess
Pride Week.
Yeah. And I don't agree with that. When I go down there, I see them and I'm like, there's kids here. You get what I'm saying? And if Pride's supposed to be love, like why make it sexual? Or if I go to like Six Flags, right? If I go to Six Flags, I'm not gonna wear something where my nipples is showing. I'm not gonna wear something that's sheer. I'm not gonna wear something where I have on booty shorts. Like I wouldn't do that. But if I'm going to a late night beach party with my homegirls and boys, and it's just like a turn, kill, check, like chill kickback, especially when we was in our 20s, I really didn't have anybody really like no man, I don't feel like has stopped talking to me or wanted to stop talking to me or disrespecting me or treating me a certain way based on what I wear. But that's just my generation. I feel like generations evolve with like how we feel is. I feel like a lot of people are old school, like a lot of like old school idealations. I don't feel like I have a problem in dating when it comes to that. Most of my problems comes with my dissatisfaction with the men and not understanding their efforts and things of that nature. But I personally haven't had it held against me, and I feel like I think that's just because when people see me on a daily basis, I don't get those comments. I guess because I probably don't attract like a huge fan base. The people who's following me and stuff like that is people that I know or I've encountered or I see on a somewhat basis.
It could be because you may not have the protrusion of the more voluptuous, the booty cheek.
Well, if you see the pictures I post, I guess you wouldn't say that, but Yeah, I don't think that's the case. Yeah, I think by the comments I get, like you do attract a certain crowd when you post that pictures, right? Like if I show you my inbox, you're just gonna see a whole bunch of blue dots when those pictures are posted. But not only then, when I'm making debatable conversations and talk about politics, you see those same blue dots. You know, I attract a diverse audience, if that makes any sense. But I don't do it for men. I do it because I think feeling sexy makes us feel good. It just goes back to time when you think about the Amazons and how they used to dress when you go to ancient Egyptian. I just think over time, the way we dress make men feel some type of way. So then we have to conform how we dress to fix y'all insecurities or to make sure that you're performing at your best or you're not thinking that or whatever the case. Like that's why I don't feel like I would ever change.
I'm just saying, like
what I dress for or how I look.
from an image consultant optics. I'm looking at your neck. You got you got the vein in your neck. You got some skinny arms. You look frail. I don't know.
I can show you a picture. I actually just posted on my Instagram page.
No, I'm just saying though. You know how some girls can be skinny and be slim fit. Like they slim.
That's what it is. That's what it is. That's what it is.
You?
I don't know.
So
I've had a guy that I was dating ask me, "Are you gonna wear that?"
Asian, you know you better not wear that, girl. You gonna fall out of that shit.
Yeah, you know what? I think it. I don't think it necessarily speaks to
because you have different intentions when you're going dressing to go out and full of men.
When you're going out
different
to date,
than when you're going out to enjoy yourself, and you know.
Shan, look, Shan, I said why? Because like you, I'm like, dang, I'm trying to be sexy for my man, right? And he says, well, you know, we're going just going with the guys that like shoot pool. Like it was something like that, where I was like completely overjoyed.
So I think it doesn't. Oh, go ahead. You want to finish?
Yeah, go ahead. You can go ahead.
All right. I think it speaks more to the man's character because certain men just don't think that there's anything wrong with it, right? There's some guys who actually are, that's a turn on for them for other dudes to admire their woman. I think it borders cuck behavior. That's just my opinion, but that's just how some people feel. So he could love her, if 100%, and still he thinks it's okay, right? It doesn't mean he doesn't love her. It's just like, okay, well, this is acceptable for me. But I think those are generally men on the weaker side. But I don't think it says that it doesn't, that he doesn't love her. And even with some women, right, who may do that. I would say if the woman understands how he feels about it, if he expresses that to her and she continues to do it, then you might be able to question the validity of her love, because if she knows that this is really taking a toll on his mental, then and to just ignore it, then that's a different story. But dudes, you probably shouldn't do that, because you get the consequences, man. You understand that people are going to be disrespectful. We know that women should be able to do that, but at the same time, I'm not going to go like through the hood with the fattest chain I got on my neck. Like it's not a good look, because not because someone should rob me, but because I know what the consequences are for me to just be rolling through the hood with whatever on. You know better. You're like, all right, well, this is probably going to be problematic for me. So to avoid those types of issues for the degenerates, you just want to make sure you're in a good position. So it behooves women to aid their man in that protection.
I feel like when y'all say that for our protection, it's like we're not walking down the street and random men for like that. Them are hoes. Where I'm going, there everybody else dressed like that too. The men know how to respect the women. We're not being grabbed. We're not being like
It depends on where you at.
Like where I
if
go,
you
like
go down the strip in Philly or something like that,
and
you
like
gonna get some.
You said who?
It depends on where you go. Go on the strip.
But that's what I'm
Philly,
saying.
And it's like, you know what I mean? It's a different ball game. It be dudes out there that's gonna approach you, and like it's different. Depends on where you are. There are some dudes that's beast out here. Like
I
done seen
that. So we gonna
dress
up like that just to go on the
fights
strip?
and all
We're
that.
talking about the internet, like the girls who's posting. When they're posting this, they're not going to walk on the strip. They're going to a party. They're going to an event. They're going somewhere to have fun. They're not going to walk the strip. So it's like
I feel like y'all
Right
use
nigga
that,
there, he gonna
but
bust it up.
in reality, I think you say it more for your comfortability. Just like when women talk about, oh, men doing this and they're causing my insecurities by dating other women. I feel like they use that as an excuse to avoid that they're insecure. If that man is doing things and making you insecure by cheating and things of that nature, you have to take a look at yourself, because then you got to think about why this type of man determines how you feel your value is. So I
Got a
think it's
question
the
for
same
you.
thing
Got
when
a
it comes
question
to
for you.
men
Then, if
and
that's the
women
case,
and wear
I got a
stuff.
quick
I don't
question
think
for you.
it's always
If that's
for our safety.
if that's the case, there are some cultures where you are required to cover everything. Would you call those men of that culture, all of them, insecure?
No, because when you hear, this is the thing, you have to actually get to know that culture. Why we do something is not why another culture would do it. When you talk to that culture, the women say, my opinion, I feel like it's sometimes most value, even though that's not how the outside might portray it. They say any wants or needs that I have, he makes sure he meets them. He does this and that. So that's just for, that culture. And there's a way that they make their women feel like that. But when you go onto the internet, even other race men said that Black men complain most about having to take care of women than almost any other race, as if that's not something that's supposed to be done. That's something that comes with the relationship. So that's why I try not to compare what we go through in our cultures and other cultures, because there's a whole different foundation for how they treat their women than what has been agreed upon with Black men. I feel like a lot of Black men are following the Tupacs of the generation versus the Commons and the Nas's that was actually trying to preach stuff. And when I was talking to my pastor said that as fathers and as fathers, we have to take accountability for
So,
that.
Dar, before you go on, that's like a Matembo level deflection you just pulled there. That didn't really answer the question at all. Like, that's not what I said. Like, and that's not the reason. Like, I don't even know where you got that from, but that's not what I was asking. I was basically saying because men aren't doing that because they're insecure. It's not about being insecure, right? It's just a part of your covering. That's pretty much the reason when you talk to the people of the other cultures. It's not for everyone else. It's for your husband.
Trev, I agree with you, because I think that I've been on both ends of the spectrum. Like, I've dated a guy that wanted me, like literally was like, go work the room. Like, wanted to see me go around and like talk to people and show off my outfit, you know what I mean? And then I've also dated a guys that are like covered completely up. And so I think that kind of confuses a woman, because it's like, dang, am I supposed to be like this on one end, and then on this end I want somebody that's like, you need to like cover your
Would
body?
you wear it around your father?
This is
absolutely, my dad is cool as shit, but that's a whole nother story.
You call that being a cool dad?
Look, this is one thing that I always tell people: don't ever get with somebody that you have to tell them how to dress. Find people who are already fit that mold. I would never ever suggest a man tell a woman how she's supposed to dress. That woman should look like what you want her to look like off rip, because you're going to have some serious hassles like that, right? If she's not extremely agreeable and all that, you're going to have problems. Like, if you don't like the way she dresses, that's just part of her persona, right? And there's certain things, other things that you're not going to like about her. Find people who already, if you want a woman who dresses conservatively, then you go ahead and find a woman who is already dressing conservatively.
I agree. Y'all know they wear skirts with their booties out now. You know, the skirts that the skirt go like this part to their butt, and their butt just be hanging out. Have y'all seen them skirts before?
Not only have I seen them, I heard that the people that's most mad about them uniforms is strippers. They say in a strip club that regular women is wearing the stripper outfit.
Skirt thingies, that is ridiculous.
It's what now?
Regular women wearing the stripper outfit so much that the strippers can't even get their clientele, because they not standing out no more. They done stole the whore outfits. All the hoes, regular women wearing that shit now.
I can see that. Because that's
I ain't never heard that. Them must be them old hoes.
Listen, I went to a homecoming. I ain't never seen so many booties in my life. I'm like, what in the hell? And they were walking around like it was normal. I'm like,
They
it's
love the
out
booties. They
here.
love the booties.
Yeah, but it's like, I feel like it's a time and place for
Because
everything.
black men are booty men. If they was titty men, it'd be the titties. Black men are booty men, so they gonna.
But do they
booty.
ever think like maybe this is just not the time or the place for this? Like it's daylight outside and this is like a family or event. There are kids around and my ass is out. Like, dude,
you said homecoming?
Yeah,
like the actual like high school homecoming.
Girl,
I
no.
thought you was talking about college or something.
Ass out there,
I'm talking
homecoming.
about college.
Crazy.
I'm talking about college.
Man, look. First of all, this is what
There
need to
don't be
happen.
no kids on the college campus. I don't think so.
If you
Like
go-
that's the
if-
age where the
like a game, like a homecoming game. Like people take their kids to the game. Usually
and you saying they be there with they. Gotcha.
Oh yeah,
I
but
haven't.
ladies, if the outcomes is if you're going out and the outcomes for you to get your back blown out, yeah, go ahead and let your ass hang out. It's cool. I mean, that's what you want. If you're going out there to try to find a husband, you ain't got no business going out there. Period. So if you looking to get your wig split, yeah, you need to dress the part. If you for the streets, wear the damn uniform.
What's going on, KR?
Oh, I was gonna give you.
Hold on, JR. Salute to you, man. Positivity is definitely coming you guys' way. Happy Thanksgiving, by the way, guys.
KK, y'all.
What's going on? I just got done live streaming. I'm just saw that you guys were live. What's going on over here?
We talking about this woman made a statement that said all black men ain't shit. You know what I'm saying? They dick don't work.
Oh,
they incarcerated.
What woman made the statement? Who said that?
That was late on the stream. Like he put a video.
Oh, wow. That's what she said. Oh. I was shocked to hear a few weeks ago that, and I didn't even know this. They said, not they, but someone said in the chat that 1/3 of black men have a felony. I didn't even know that until I looked it up. I had no idea. Yeah, it's crazy. I didn't know that at all. In terms of black men ain't being shit, I mean, I wouldn't know. I mean, I know a lot of I'm a great black man, you know.
Did you fact check that?
I did fact check it. It was 1/3. Yeah, it was wild. Yeah. Yeah, ain't that crazy? I didn't even know that 1/3. I had no idea.
Yeah, but that could be a class 6 felony, like
yeah.
alluding on a motorcycle.
It's a felony.
Yeah, but no, I don't. Yeah, no, I disagree with that. I think that
damn grand larceny.
I think that black men. I think a lot of those stats, to be honest with you, are over exaggerated. I mean,
I think they make it.
I think they're manufactured. To be completely honest with you, a lot of it. Yeah, I think a lot of that stuff is manufactured.
Yeah, but isn't it safe to say that the girls would actually leave to the niggas with the felony because they like the bad boys?
No.
Well, I mean, if you sit back and think about it, women. I mean, truth be told, women for some reason like that. It's like an indicator of like, wow, like a rebellious, I don't know, being tough. You see it even in other cultures as well, man. A lot of women really like that. That it's something. It's like a thrill or something. Yeah, I've seen that before, man. Yeah, I'm not encouraging it, but I can understand it. Yeah. I'm not gonna lie to you, man. Even in reverse, man. When I did date, I actually liked hood chicks to a degree. I would hang out with Sexy Red back in the day. It was like a thrill to it. Now would I wife her up and bring her to my parents' house? No, but there was, I ain't gonna lie to you.
Well, let me ask you this: you've been to the club when you were young, back in your heyday.
Oh yeah,
you in the club,
definitely.
Let me ask you this:
yeah,
if you walk in the club and then you in line, like you on your way, because sometimes the line be long and shit.
Yeah,
and you see a millionaire NBA retired NBA player coming in. He's a millionaire. He coming at motherfucker. Who you think gonna pull more bitches, you or the NBA player?
Oh, I wouldn't even know because I'm walking out the door. There's no competition. It's no point.
It's funny that you just said that.
First of all, an ex NBA player is clearly gonna be 6'2" and up. So I already lost the height thing. If he is NBA is not like the NFL. You actually have a lot more stars It's no competition. I'm just gonna walk out. Hey, ain't no point in competing, man. You know, you got it, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you, man.
Chaotic. Bruiser neglected to tell you that the player in question was Sam Cassell.
Don't matter, Sam. Yeah, I mean it's. it was. So this actually happened to somebody.
No. That's who we were referring to.
Hypothetical is
who's you mean because he's ugly? I guess
Sam
Cassell's ugly dude.
He's ugly. He the head coach of the Rockets.
I'm still walking out. I mean, he's an NBA player.
I don't understand. I don't understand.
You didn't
so,
watch.
Okay, here goes, Shannon. Okay, so let's say you back in your 20s. You know how to use a little frisky back in your 20s. You go in the club, right? And you know what I'm saying? You looking for the man with status, right? Tell the truth, Shannon. Okay, we know you're blessing newborn again, Chris.
Who, me?
Yeah, or whatever.
I wasn't an athlete, girl. I
just walk. Okay. You don't gotta play.
Business man. Let's all
We're
play.
talking about the past, how you used to be. You know, you was a little frisky.
Never.
Okay, Doc, you can be honest, Doc. Come on.
A Fortune 500
somebody
talk in. Go ahead, I'm playing along.
What you say?
Okay, let's say back when you was young. You know how you was young, you were a little loose. You know what I'm saying? You out there. Just work with me. Okay, just take yourself out of it. So girls in the club, you know, they go in the club. They see you see goddamn Sweeney walking that motherfucker. Okay, you don't know the motherfucker, but you just see him walk in. You probably gonna just keep drinking your goddamn drink. Fuck it, you know what I'm saying? Whatever. Keep dancing. But then you see Sam Cassell, NBA player, walking in. Ain't you gonna go over there and see what's up?
No.
I
don't even know who the NBA player you talking about is. Okay,
Oh, you don't? Don't worry. Shan, I got you covered. I got you covered. I got you. That's Sam Cassell. This is Sam Cassell. Him.
I don't care
That's
if
Sam
it was
Cassell.
Brown. I know what he wants, and I ain't got what he wants.
I'll probably go.
This.
Hold on. What do you think he wants?
I don't know.
He wants pussy. I came to dance. You want pussy. I'm not going over there by you.
I'm talking about
this is Sam Cassell. This is Sam Cassell. This is Sam Cassell.
Take yourself out of it.
Okay.
Take yourself out of it. What are the women gonna be? What are the women gonna flock to? The $23 million NBA player that just bought out the whole damn bar, or they gonna go through the average nigga?
That's why I love my city, because my city don't give a fuck. If he walking there looking geeky like that, they gonna ride his ass.
Well, now you heard it from the women.
They gonna ride his ass. That's why I love my city, because we don't give a fuck about none of that shit.
What city you from?
We don't give a fuck about none of that
Don't say
shit.
you from Mississippi.
The shy. Tell me
bullshit.
He walk up in Oceans. And I'm not talking about the strippers, but I'm talking about the regular bitches. The strippers gonna flock him because they know he got the bread. The regular bitches is not, because they don't know who he is. We don't know who he is. Bitches gotta know basketball to know who he is. That's why you see. But if y'all do a real famous person, then yeah, okay, cool. But we don't know who this dude is. Like, nah. Nobody's going to fuck him. They're gonna ride this bitch.
If you would have
cap.
As soon as they go. What? Ain't no cap. Ain't no cap in my rap. Ain't no cap in my rap. Maybe I already know how
nobody's gonna save you, bro. Nobody's gonna save you.
Adriana, she Herbo and they walked in, and they friends Geechee and Hill. They was going in on their ass. They was giving G Herbo his props, but they was going in on his friends. They had bread. They don't be caring. They don't be caring.
Okay. Y'all speaking from y'all individuals. So we talking about girls who, you know, girls going to the club. You know, they trying to go back.
No, Darwin. Don't try to move the goalposts, because you asked Shan as an individual first. Now you want to move the goalposts. You trying to do anything to say this bum ass argument. It didn't work Wednesday. It ain't working today, man. We talking about Sam Cassell and the motherfucker ugly as hell. No, like pause. But come on, bro.
Take yourself out of it. I said, take yourself out of it. I said,
you trying to do anything to save that argument, man.
We talking about
the club environment. If it was a different environment where people might know who he is, then
is
maybe.
She going after the bag or no?
The bag? Where bag?
Sam Cassell. And chaotic. I know you vertically challenged and all. I got faith in you. I think you would beat Sam Cassell, bro, because this.
Man, somebody DM Sam Cassell, tell him that
this is Sam Cassell, bro.
Want to compete against some other clubs?
Yeah, but Sam Cassell's worth what, $50-60 million? I don't know.
23, but who's counting?
They have to know that, but. Look what he got. Look at his
$23 million more than I got.
A room with women who knows that. So
You say
Even
7%
men know that
women.
motherfucking money changes a lot. Like, come on, bro. We bullshitting.
Stop
Put
it.
7% women up, Trev. Put
What
7%
they gonna
women
do?
up.
What they gonna
Where
do?
his woman? Where his woman
They gonna
at?
get
Let
on
me
the
see.
mic.
I'm gonna look
They
for
gonna
it.
say,
I'm
"Hey,
gonna look
we
for
like to
it.
give a shout out to
I'll find it.
Shell, the Houston Rockets." What's gonna happen?
They just don't usually have great reputations.
Oh, she alright, but not really.
I agree with that, but only specifically in Chicago. Like,
line.
No, so Sweetie.
Sweetie, you be capping on everything I love. You be capping.
I done
You be
been to plenty
capping,
of
sweetie.
Chicago parties and
No,
clubs,
sweetie,
and them
you
niggas
cap.
still flock.
Can I
They
tell you
flock
guys?
to the bullshit.
Can I tell you guys a story real quick? Real quick. 21 years ago, I believe, I was in Akron and I was at a club called Chaparrals. It's on Arlington. I don't even know if it's still there. Maurice Claret and LeBron walked in. That was it. All the attention, man. I know the pecking order of life, man.
But attention could be, I admire him, not that I be with him. You know, like
You say what, Shan?
I mean, attention could be I'm a fan of his. It doesn't mean I want to be with him. You know what I'm saying?
You gonna be in that nigga section?
Shan, I get it. You're trying to be
Yeah.
nice.
You gonna
Shan,
be in his section?
Shit, it depends on what type of women they're courting. So if they there to get some ass, yeah, they missions failed. They got it's time to get up out of there.
Shan, you're being really nice, man. All the attention went on Maurice Claret and LeBron James.
I don't even know who Maurice Coretta is.
Maurice Claret, he's one of the, Maurice Claret. He played for the. He was a running back for the Buckeyes.
Sorry, Miss.
Yeah, he
Quality
played-
women,
he
they
played
gonna
in the
already know
NFL
they
at
ain't
some
got.
point.
That.
That's different. That's different.
He look good. You know.
That's different. That's different. Completely different.
Yeah.
Man, I'm telling you, bro. Y'all being disingenuous. Y'all know them women gonna be flocking to that
You know the
bag.
bullshit about this? I done been to college parties. I know motherfuckers that just because they crossed got way more women. Just because they crossed.
That's because they know them. That's because they know them. That's different.
Corny.
We're talking about
hierarchy.
None of the women on here knew
Hey,
them.
Sweeney,
It's not-
Sweeney, can I say something
The
real quick?
college
Sweeney?
hierarchy is completely different than the club that I'm talking about in Chicago. It's a downtown hierarchy, and they value probably celebrity status, money, and then all the other shit beneath that. In one of the clubs he's talking about, they value your status in the city, then money, and then everything goes below that.
Can I
And
ask
that's
Sweeney a
why
question?
I'm glad I'm-
Sweeney, can I ask you a
I
question?
don't value
Hold
they-
on, let's-
I don't
So
value what
if
they
you
value,
had
but
if
they
you had
tell
a
me not to
fugly
value
looking
because they
dude
money.
who had status in the city versus a regular average looking dude who ain't had no money, and they both in the club, who get in the pool?
In the city, like where she talking about, the dude with the pool in the city, easy. But if you
At
go,
all times.
but if
thank you,
if you go downtown to a different demographic of women, it may change.
Sweeney, can I ask?
Even if
That's
you went to
true.
different
Or if you go to the
women,
suburbs.
the ugly
Or to the
dude,
suburbs, yeah.
if you go to the suburbs, the fugly dude with the money is gonna always get more women than the dude that's average or relative, maybe a little bit attractive with no money. It don't matter what
That's true.
person.
But
What
you said status,
That's
not
true.
money. Money don't equal status in the city. Because you could be a goofy with money, and
Yep.
then you lower than the dude who.
Man, how many goofies do y'all know that don't have status who got money?
A lot.
A lot.
We live in the internet age.
Man, come on, bro.
Bro, they be acting. They look like they have money. They
Even
look like
somebody
they
as
have
goofy
money,
as-
but they
even
come with a
somebody as
certain
goofy
muscle
as,
and walking cool.
Even somebody as goofy as what the hell is the nigga name? No Fugazi dude, probably in his city, probably the nigga with money that everybody be flocking to. He goofy as hell online.
Nah, I doubt it. They probably don't like him.
Hold on.
I'm to the
That's
point.
me.
Go ahead, Carter. Truth. You
I
been
was gonna
waiting.
ask
Go ahead.
Sweeney a question real quick. Sweeney, you had mentioned you've been to fraternity parties. I mean, you've been to parties and dudes who just crossed get, chicks, right? Were you at a PWI party, like PWI school, when this happened?
Been to both. Well, I
Okay.
went. Well,
So
I attended PWIs, but I've been to.
What's the
parties
hierarchy at a PWI, regardless?
If you're talking about amongst black people, it's still fraternities.
Really? Okay. So it's athletes.
It's
at a
ath-
PWI.
no. Oh, my
man.
bad. My bad. It goes athletes,
Yeah,
fraternities,
yeah.
and then
I went
everybody
to a
else.
PWI, man.
It don't matter where you, except for probably at HBCU.
HBCUs is
because,
different. Yeah, it's the
like,
fraternities.
it's the band,
Yeah.
the fraternity.
Band?
Yeah, it's the band.
At
Yeah.
HBCUs?
Yeah, them band niggas be what?
No,
Hey,
the
HBC
band people. Look,
What? HBCUs? It's the
I
band. The
guess
band
it
get
depends.
more
I
play
guess
than
it
the
depends
goddamn
on.
football
I
team.
guess it depends on which
Yep,
HBCU.
all day, any day.
Shan, it's been a long time since I talked to you, my dear soror. And I said this a few weeks ago on This Might Be Risky. I understand hierarchy because I'm ugly. And I think that's hear me out.
Not
I
ugly.
think that was the greatest thing God ever blessed me with, was being atrocious looking, because man, I understand it. I know my pet. I've known pecking orders for a very long time. Very long time. That's all I want to say. Go ahead, guys. Go ahead.
No, what I was gonna say. So take this. Take this. I mean, I'm pause. You go to a yacht party, Sam Cassell yacht party. Mark, y'all telling me NY gonna pull more business than Sam Cassell on his own yacht?
No.
I don't even know what that is.
Just say you got a fugly dude like this dude in the corner.
That's
and
Sam
it's
Cassell
his
right
yacht.
there.
It's his yacht. He's throwing a party. Trev pulling more women on his yacht than he is.
No, Trev.
Thank you.
Trev.
What? Hold on. What you say, Shane?
Okay, so if he said Trev is throwing the yacht party, right? So we can
No.
only include
Hell no.
The dude that JR got on this picture, Sam Cassell, it's his yacht. He's the millionaire. Everybody's there because he's throwing a party. Is Trev pulling more women than he is on his own yacht?
It depends.
Yes, because they're going to assume
Man,
that
why y'all
Trev
lie?
have money like he has money.
Yeah,
Trev would be smart to do that shit because dude is ugly as fuck, and they're going to try their chances with Trev because he looks better, and it's going to also help their ego. Bagging him over Trev when they possibly have the same amount of money and resources, they're going to pick Trev.
So that's how. So right. So a lot
What?
of times,
Y'all don't even want to believe the women now. Y'all don't even want to believe the women now.
So
that's different from them hanging out with each other versus just being in a room randomly, right? If he's at his yacht, that's his homie. Not me, but those women who date people for money and giving up the pussy for stature, they're going to assume that Trev have the same resources, maybe not equal, but they're going to assume he has stature, money, and resources too. They're going to pick the better looking guy because they're both
let's say they know for sure that he doesn't.
And excursions. He's on the yacht too. So guess what?
Y'all are trying way too hard.
So Sweetie,
y'all trying hard.
What you talking about? Like,
no, okay. So I see what's
y'all telling me these women don't know who? Well, they probably don't.
So look, Sweetie, one time I went on a yacht in the middle of the night, right, and it was an impromptu thing. They had brought like 5 or 6 girls from the club to the yacht. My homie B Jack, RIP B Jack, rest his soul, hit me and said, "Hey, come to the boat." I come up there, and then they thought they was gonna have like 10 to 15 girls. They didn't. So dude started looking around and was like, "It was his boat." The nigga Hurricane, he was like, "Yeah, this my boat, and I ain't expect to have this many men on here." And it was just me. It was him and B Jack and me, 5 women. So I'm like, "Oh, this nigga, he trying to like low key play me on his yacht, but this is his yacht." So I'm like, "All right, I'm out of here, B Jack. Tell me why 3 of the girls left with me on my soul." Really? On my soul. They ain't even leave the harbor after. I swear to God.
Oh my God.
Look, Sweetie. So what you're failing to understand is not all women go for the same thing, right?
I didn't say all.
And let me finish. There's some women who go for, but you were trying to get us to say what you wanted to say, but we weren't the women who go for that. But I understand that there is a group of women, a large group that will go for that, right? Especially a younger group of people, right? So what I'm saying to you is, when you're thinking about that, not everybody wants an NBA player. Not everybody wants an athlete, especially me. I like more intellect.
I'm not. That's the thing.
say
Y'all keep
that
making it.
I'ma
Hold
say
on, wait.
that
Y'all keep making it personal to y'all.
They be
No,
knowing
wait,
better.
wait. Y'all
The
keep
young
making
hoes
it
don't
personal.
know better. I'm gonna say that.
Wait,
That's the
wait,
reason
wait,
why they
wait,
would
wait.
leave with Trev. But the
Y'all
other
keep
guy,
making it.
the old
Y'all
hoes
keep
would
making
leave
it.
with the other guy.
Hold on, wait. Y'all keep making it personal to y'all. That's why he said.
No, it was a joke. It's fucking 1 o'clock in the morning.
Hold on, wait. That's why he asked the question: who would pull more women on that yacht? Sam Cassell or Trev? And they know who Sam Cassell is.
Well, if they know who Sam Cassell is, then that's what I'm saying probably yes, because they're going there for money.
They got
Like,
invited. This is a
they
private
know
invite.
for a fact, like if they're going there because of Sam Cassell, yes. But if they're going there because it's a yacht party and he happens to be there and it happens to be his yacht,
if they don't know and they looking at two dudes up there and one is more attractive
You
than
see how many
the other,
times they kept moving the goalposts? First we was in a club. Now we on Sam Cassell's yacht. God damn, y'all trying to push this argument hard. Y'all accuse women all the time about moving the goalposts, and look what the fuck y'all doing. Y'all are moving the goalposts real hard, real hard. Y'all trying so hard to prove your point. It's crazy how deep y'all going to validate it.
No, Trev, here's the problem, because you keep just trying to use Sam Cassell's looks and not his money.
Because Sam Cassell is the person.
Right, but
that's what we talking about. This cat.
Problem is,
they're not going for the person.
There's nothing wrong with that, baby.
Hold on, wait. Because Trev keep missing the point. You keep trying to take his money out of it by just saying, "Oh, it's just Sam Cassell." But of course,
I never tried to take his money out of it.
Wait. Wouldn't nobody know he had money unless we put that on the table? That's the whole point. We're saying a nigga who with money will body you on a yacht. Then, when it comes to pulling women, they will have to know that he has money in order for that to be a thing. If they don't know that he has money and both of y'all on the yacht, they assume.
Yo, we just saw.
They're gonna say, "Oh, well, we'll go with the more attractive one." But if they know he's the millionaire and you're not, and they're on his yacht, guarantee you, bro.
Didn't we just see?
We wouldn't know that Trev's not. We would assume Trev is too.
That's what I said. They would have to assume that Trev is also rich, just like him. But we're saying they know that he's rich and Trev not.
Now you're wild. How the hell do they know that? How do they know that? How they supposed to know that? How they supposed to know that? And we just saw what happened.
Because you said that he couldn't body you with his money, so they have to know that he has money and you don't.
That never happens. That never happens. It never happens.
It depends on what type of women you're attracted to. Like,
they choose what they attracted to. Who's walking away with the most women? It doesn't matter whether they're attracted to money,
bro.
Cars, attractiveness, not attractiveness. Who walking away with the most women in this situation?
The thing about it is, though, Sweeney, if he has so many women, why would you want to be a part? It's like you're not even special. It's like a group of women. Like, why would you?
They don't care about being special. They just care about being in a race and hopes of becoming a wife or getting some money. They don't care about feeling
promiscuity. Given the 304 and sex worker culture, y'all basically going on the record to say women in majority, in mass, won't cleave to a man with a bag versus a man with attraction.
No, a women in that environment. He's talking about women on that environment on a yacht coming to butt naked to a millionaire's yacht. That's what he said. Or in the club. Like for me, I literally, honestly, right hand up go to God. I go to the club to dance. I never give out my number and I never get any numbers. Everybody don't go to those environments for the same reason. But 9 times out of 10, like he said, the women that's going to that environment who's trying to be pulled, who's trying to get this attention, trying to do that. Like, yeah, if that's the case and they know Trev background, they know his background, they're going to pick the millionaire. That's why they come in there butt naked. It's not about feeling special. It's about getting the bag. They care about the bag. That's a mission to them. That's a job.
They ride down the All-Star weekend in the back of U-Hauls. Come on, man. 6, 7 of them at a time.
You talking about whoring though? They selling pussy.
Them are regular chicks that's just working. That's working at fucking UPS, going down to All-Star weekend.
It's one of them things. Like Marcus, it's just one of them things where you kind of gotta. If you know, you know, and if you don't, you don't. It's one of them things. Like if you know, like you got to kind of be in situations.
We're not talking about people who occupied on fucking OnlyFans and shit. We talking about the regular girl. She going for money, whether you like it or not.
That's
the world we're living right now.
Now, if it's a regular girl, Trev does have a really good chance because if this dude is Geechee, regular girls wants to be romance. They want to be felt some type of way. They want a certain attraction. So it's not going to be all about money at that point. And if Trev had better mouthpiece, he's gonna pull that girl over him because he's not hanging out with bums. He might not be a millionaire, but they know for a fact that Trev's not a bum.
Is Beyonce a regular girl?
So they'll pick the suave guy over the Geechee guy. That's the regular girl, not the OnlyFans girl.
Is Beyonce a regular girl or a gold digger? Is Beyonce a regular girl or a gold digger?
I think Beyonce is a regular girl.
I think that she was dating industry
with high
men.
standards. She's like, and she has a right to be.
She
She's
dated what,
educated in
Pimp C?
different ways, in different cultures.
Common.
But
Did
where
you
she
say
started
JC?
off,
Did you say
I
JC
followed her
had a-
career for so long. She's a regular girl who elevated herself. If you follow her career, if you listen to Writings on the Wall, she don't just talk about, you know, like she talks about regular girl shit. She talks
Beyonce
about
ain't dating
the
no
high
regular nigga.
morals of being a girl.
So can I say something too? Okay, so I get what you're saying. Some women like attractive.
was, so she got famous.
Listen, some women go for attractive guys, right? Some women go for money. Now I agree with you, Sweeney. You just asked the wrong person. I like money. I just like silent money. I don't like loud money. You know. As for, but I also like attract. Like I have to be attracted to my mate. I can't just close my eyes every time. You know,
Man, I guarantee most women would go down and like
attraction.
So would you take? All right. So if you
They
had
would rather have the guy with both versus.
Hold on, wait. Would you take Sam Cassell at medium ugly or bad ugly, but he got silent money and he treats you good?
Okay.
Or you going with Boris Kojo, but he broke?
That's too extreme.
Who is
Not
Boris
broke, hold on,
Kojo?
wait, not broke,
Listen.
but like $45,000 broke.
No. this is what I will do, right? So we got a millionaire right there. A regular millionaire. We're not gonna say he treats you well, because of course you would go with the person who treats you well. We're gonna pretend like they both treat you well. Okay.
Boris
They're
looks
both
toxic.
equal as far as how they treat you. But you got the millionaire who looks like, and you have Boris Kojo. We're not gonna say he's broke, but let's just say he's like a engineer. Boris, it is.
So wait.
No, hold on. I got it. Okay. Let's say.
I got a question for y'all. You could get a woman who really loves you, real love with 1,000 bodies, or fake love version.
Damn.
Real love, 1,000 bodies, fake love version. You got a girl. She has real love. She had a past, 1,000 bodies, and you can date the version who's giving you fake love. Which one y'all picking?
A virgin, because I'm lovable.
Hold on, wait. Let me ask you. I'm gonna ask the question first, Di. Do we stay married for the rest of our lives?
Yes,
Wait.
I
got one more question.
So let me remind you, she's giving you fake love, so it's a chance that she's going to be cheating on you during that marriage. So, like I said, you got the woman with the real love and the bad past of 1,000 bodies who will be faithful to you throughout your marriage, or you got the woman with fake love and you marry her as a virgin, and she ends up catching her bodies in your marriage. That's the deal.
First of all, that's a loaded.
You can't change the scenario. That's the scenario. That's the scenario. Sweeney, that's the scenario.
It's a loaded scenario. There's no way.
Sweeney, answer it. Answer it, Sweeney. Answer it, Sweeney.
There's no way a woman with 1,000 bodies.
Answer it, Sweeney. Answer it, Sweeney.
A woman with 1,000 bodies got a higher chance of cheating on you than anybody.
It's possible, Sweeney. You don't know her childhood. You don't know her background. You don't know how her mama probably manipulated her since she was 12, telling her that her virginity is valuable and you should hold on to it, just like that woman was just on what's that TV show selling her virginity. All versions ain't got a good.
No.
Tell me, Sweeney. Are you picking a woman with 1,000 bodies and gonna love you for real through your marriage, or are you gonna pick the woman that's a virgin that's giving you the fake love and she probably gets 1,000 bodies towards your marriage? Which one you pick?
The woman that got 1,000 bodies just showed you 1,000 times she's incapable of loving.
That's not true. God. Do you know God then took people that then killed Christians and made them his voice? That's not true. So don't try to change the situation to fit how you want it to fit. It's either the woman with 1,000 bodies who's recovered. She's a lover of God. She don't have no kids. She don't have no kids. She's a lover of God. No STDs, nothing. She didn't change her life around, and she didn't did it for 10 years to prove it. And then you got the woman that's a fake love version. Pick.
I'm not picking a woman who got 1,000 bodies.
That's all I want to know.
Why she
got
How do you
Bro, you got to pick one or the other.
That's all I want to know. Men don't marry for love. Y'all
I'm
just
picking the
said
virgin.
it. Men don't marry for love. Y'all
I'm
marry for
picking-
y'all
listen,
egos and insecurities. Y'all don't marry for
I'm
love.
picking purity.
Y'all marry based on what makes you feel comfortable and what moves you, because you just said you'll pick the fake love that would get you 1,000 bodies during the marriage
That
versus
ain't what
the
you
woman
started
who
with.
had 1,000 bodies.
That is not what you started with.
You just said it.
Hold on now, y'all. But y'all just did the same shit. Y'all can't do that because y'all done changed the question up so much times to try to make it fit your narrative. Let her rock.
No, this is why. Hold on, wait. This is why I asked qualifying questions.
I'm picking
She
the
started
virgin
adding
10 times out of 10.
Like you did just now. How you changed the fucking club to the yacht and then put all types of stipulations on it. Same shit.
No, first of all, that's the reason why I asked, because she said a woman with fake love or a woman with 1,000 bodies. So I asked, my first question was, are we married for the rest of our lives? My second question is she gonna fake the funk our whole lives to where I don't know it, and then she tried to throw the cheating in there? I'm sorry.
That's what fake love means. That means she does not love you for you. It means that she's not gonna love you the way you're supposed to be loved. It means she's gonna come in and be selfishly loving you, and then the other woman is actually going to be the one that love you. You know what real and fake love is and what it could come with. Let's talk about it.
The only problem with your scenario.
Oxymoron.
The only problem with your scenario is it's not even logically. It don't even logically make
your
sense.
past does not determine your future.
1,000.
Why would God pick the man that killed 1,000 Christians? Why would he pick the man that killed 20,000 Christians for his
1,000 bodies?
mission?
That's what.
That's not. You don't get to determine that. God gets to determine.
Don't
that.
be
That's
scared to answer the question.
You
Just answer the
going off
question.
your past experience and insecurities. But if God is coming to tell you, and God says Himself, this is the woman that's going to honor you in your marriage, and this is the woman that's won't. But this woman comes with 1,000 bodies, and this one comes in.
So, Doc, can I? I do want to ask for a little more context. I just want to ask for a little more context. What's up with the woman? Is she unruly? Is she agreeable? Like what? Like I want to just paint the whole picture so we could answer this correctly.
That's what the fake love is. She's unruly. She's not agreeable. You can tell she's only marrying you for money. You can tell that she's a gold digger. You see the signs up front, but you're like, damn, she's a virgin. Maybe I can influence her. Maybe I can have an effect to change her. And you decide to marry her, and it doesn't work. You don't change her. She's continuously being unruly. She probably had a kid out of wedlock. I mean, had a kid on your ass. Everything, but this is the woman you gotta stay with because you picked her. Or you could pick the woman that had a past and been through it all, and she learned from her actions, and now she's ready to move forward. And she's like, this is what God is telling you. It ain't but in my past, usually women who do this, they come out like this. No, it's not like that. That's not the scenario. The woman with 1,000 bodies who rehabilitated herself, got good men in her life, told her how she needs to be, and she been practicing it for years. That's the woman that's coming to you. But then you got another woman that's a virgin. And she's gonna come with she's gonna be unruly because she feel like I'm entitled, I'm a virgin, I can't be like this, and I'm not gonna stop being like this because you feel me? Like, you know how women do that because they feel like they got a nice body. This is her way of doing that. You know what I'm saying? And she's like this throughout the whole marriage. I want to know which one you're gonna pick.
We want to tell you.
You're gonna pick the one that's easiest to work with, that knows better. Okay, let me answer. I'm sorry.
God damn. You can put all the goal posters on that motherfucker. You can put every NFL in the fucking world on that bitch. Here's the truth.
Go ahead, you guys answer it.
If somebody came down and God came down and talked to me and said that the woman with 1,000 bodies is gonna do me right versus a virgin, I don't give a damn about what you said about the virgin. That person I'm talking to ain't God. That's fucking Satan. For him to tell me that
he's switching the narrative, that's not true. God didn't use the 20. What about the man? What about the man who killed 20,000 Christians?
Let me finish. For a spirit to come down and tell me that a woman that's been fornicating and got 1,000 motherfucking bodies, for him to tell me that's the woman for me to marry, I'm gonna look at that motherfucker and say, "Flee away from me, devil."
And then say, now listen, you say that, and then you marry the woman, the virgin, and it comes to pass. Say it comes to pass. You marry the virgin, it comes to pass. She have a baby on you while y'all married. She's unruly. She's not listening to you. She's dipping in your pockets. She's demeaning you. So it came to pass that this woman did all this.
Let me finish the part. Let me dive into the part. I feel way better failing with a virgin than marrying a motherfucker that got 1,000 bodies any time of the day. I do it 100 times. I'll marry a virgin 100 times before I marry a bitch with 1,000
So
bodies.
like I
one
said, when
time.
y'all see these women out here, hold on, let me say something, Shan. Let me say something real quick. So now
You
that
talking
y'all
about
see these
1,000
women
dicks.
out here, now that y'all see these women out here would rather date the fucked up nigga with the money versus the
1,000
simp with a good
I'm trying
house.
to
You
drop it
see
in.
why?
I'm gonna fall right
You're
in
no
that
longer
vagina.
marrying for love. You're marrying because you're making whatever makes
talking
you
about
feel
1,000
better.
bodies.
Not actually like that helps you. You're
1,000
marrying
bodies.
because you're
That
trying to
bitch
avoid
came up
your
to me with
insecurity. That's
1,000 bodies.
cool.
I probably slap
That's
shit
cool.
out of
So
her.
when you see women doing it now, don't
Don't
say
even say no
anything.
shit like that.
Married for
All
right.
love for a
So
woman that got
these,
1,000 bodies.
so let's do like y'all did last time. Let's just add one more stipulation. These are the last like 2 women on earth. You got to choose one because I couldn't see any of the men picking either one of these unless you know. What I mean, I couldn't see it. They probably have to be the last 2 women
Say
on
that
earth
again,
those
Trev. Only woman on earth.
all right, yeah, because it's a horrible stipulation, right? So but you got to marry one of them. So either one sounds horrible because you put all the characteristics of the woman who has 1,000 bodies in the virgin. So it's like a lose situation. It's definitely the lesser of the evils.
That's not
it's a
always
bad choice.
Yeah, that's the chances. I agree. It's the higher chances that you would get what you get from the virgin.
These the only 2. You
But
said
that's
these the
not
only 2
always the
women on
case,
earth.
and I feel like that's what men think about. And women will present themselves as if they're the person that looks like the virgin. That's the reason why I'm saying that. There's women who will present themselves that way, and once you get into it, they hell. They call just like the woman who married that guy, the Groupon lady, the trophy wife. She's a prime
Did you say it
example.
was
The trophy
the
wife,
only
right?
2 on earth? Did you say it was the only
Yeah,
2
the
on
only
earth?
2 on earth. Which 2 are you picking?
Hold on, wait.
Basically, hold on, wait quick. If it's the only 2 on earth, these the only 2 women to choose from on earth. That means 1,000 niggas already chose her, and I got the virgin. I'm choosing the virgin. I'm the only one that been with
But
this
remember, the virgin is gonna fuck those 1,000 niggas, whereas the one, your wife that you decided to marry, who already had fucked them, she
already
during
fucked
the
those
marriage.
1,000 niggas.
This virgin is gonna do that through your marriage. She gonna get your dick, and she gonna be like, "Damn, I know there's bigger dick out there, and I want to try it." So now she's trying it during your marriage.
I don't
That's
want
the
to be
scenario. You
1,001.
cannot make
I
it
don't
seem
want to
like
be 1,001
this woman
nigga
is
hit.
not the one with the fake
I want
love.
to be the first
I
nigga
said the
in here.
virgin with fake love, or the whore with real love. The past whore with real love.
Am I the only man
So
on
let me
earth?
just say something.
No, you're not the only man on earth. There are just
You ain't be the only man
women
on
on
earth.
earth.
We got
Like
1,000
Trev
bodies,
said.
nigga.
So you made it tell we got 40 million.
There's
We
only 2 women on earth.
we
So
got
which one are you going to pick?
no, wait, we got 3.5 billion men and only 2 women on earth, and one is a virgin that's gonna wind up fucking 1,000 men, and another one already fucked 1,000 men.
But she's not gonna fuck the one she's with you. So answer the question.
I'm
the one
choosing
who
a
has
virgin.
already fucked 1,000 men, or the one who's
I'm
going
choosing
to
a
fuck
virgin
1,000
because I
men?
can
That's
be the
a
first one
virgin.
to hit.
That's how you can tell where people be coming from when
You want to
picking
know what
love.
I'm doing,
So
guys?
you choose wisely.
You know what I'm about to do? I'm about to be real with you. You want to know what I'm about to do? I'm about to go get my porn collection, bro, because it's a wrap.
Now you got to take one, bro. You got to take one.
Please, Trev, tell them they got to take one. I want to
Stand on it, man. Take one and stand on it.
I'm getting the
so
virgin.
I'm
important.
gonna go get my porn collection, bro. It's a wrap.
Now you got to take one, bro. Don't cop out.
First of all, she the only chick on earth, bro. Do you know how many motherfuckers you got to fight off for that? She the only chick on earth.
No, she's not the only. It's 2.
My bad. It's the only 2 women.
You gotta think about it. All these guys are going to try to court your girl because she is the person without the 1,000 bodies. That's the reason why. That's you. So that means you got LeBron coming at her. You got Chris Brown coming at her. But she's always going to be married to you. Remember this. So you're going to take the bitch that already fucked Chris Brown and them, that's learned her lesson and is ready to love you the way you're supposed to be loved, or you're going to take the virgin that's going to be tempted by the money, the height, the basketball.
What you said is at the end of the day, either I was last in line or I was first in line. That's what she basically asked, is that at the end of the day, either I was last in line or I was first in line.
You see how y'all switched it from love? Like, you get what I'm saying?
First.
This is why women are no longer choosing men for love. Y'all don't care about the love that you receive. You care about her past history. That's why this is so crazy to me. And then when you see that women are starting to do the same, y'all are like baffled. Like, why are you showing everybody? Why are you dating these men? Why are you like, it's baffling.
Do you want to know why? You want to know why? Because love is fleeting. Love is an emotional roller coaster. It comes and goes. One day you can hate the motherfucker in the next room. The next day you can love her. As long
Like,
as you're doing your motherfucking duty, you can stay down.
Your question essentially was, hey, fellas, would you rather be the last man in line or the first man in line?
But listen, yeah, basically. And then
I
one
rather-
is one.
I will
But
rather-
no, but see, y'all only thinking about sex. We didn't just only talk about sex. I said fake love. I never said sex. I said fake love and real love. This woman is gonna love you, support you, build your business. She's gonna take care of your kids. She's only gonna bear your kids. And then this other woman has fake love. LeBron tell her, hey, I know you gotta stay married to him, but if you have my baby, I'll give you 50 million. These other men, the other men on the world,
we
is
making
a
it 50 million.
woman with fake love don't know better. She's going to
Hell
give
yeah, I'm
you
taking
fake
it.
love. She's going to be
Making it 50
unruly.
million.
We get your question. We get it.
She's
We
going to
get
put you
it.
down and
Essentially,
hit your insecurities.
It doesn't matter what you try to add to that woman. We're last in line.
She ain't
You're
add
asking
AIDS
whether we
yet.
would
She
rather
gonna
be
add
last
she
in
gonna add
line
HIV.
or first in line.
But listen to what. Okay,
I don't
think that'll
care
get my
what she
point
might
in
do
answering
in
the
the
question.
future. You're still telling me that that either I could be
I don't
last in
care.
line after she done smashed everybody, or I can be the first one that smashed. Then she starts smashing
So
everybody.
I have a question. Would it be easier if you don't get a chance to know her past history?
You can't tell her.
Like, say you didn't know the number.
How would I have a choice?
Man,
You know
look,
what I'm saying?
Sweeney,
So-
can you imagine how many times she done walked through thousands
Fake love, as long as that bitch don't have a lot of bodies. You don't understand why these women are being entitled the way they are.
Hold
That's
on,
why
wait.
when y'all come
Wait,
in
so
and
you
make
said-
mistakes
so you-
in the marriage,
hold on,
and
wait,
they
so you
start
saying-
throwing temper tantrums and stuff, but this is why.
You can't expect
Hold
me
on,
to.
wait. So are you saying that this woman
fuck the
would
whole
hit?
city.
Hold on, Dark. So you saying that this woman hit 1,000 bodies?
Dark.
And there was no way that I would ever find out that she hit 1,000 bodies.
Okay, so you wouldn't know the guys she hit 1,000. You wouldn't know the
But
guys.
I know she hit 1,000 bodies. It's still the same question. Would I rather be first in line or last in line?
You go to Walmart,
I'd
niggas
rather
gonna
be
be
first any
laughing
day
like,
of the week.
But in your heart, you would know this woman would
Free
love you
black
for real. You can't just think about the
that.
bodies. You have to take what the other things into consideration. Like I said, as your future goes on, she's going to be the one that teaches your kids the right things, versus the virgin is going to be the one that steers your family and destroys your family. That's
So
what I'm asking. Fake love versus real love. That's what I'm asking.
I'm picking
The family
first in
that you
line. I'm
end up
picking
building with her.
first in
That's what I'm
line
asking.
every time.
First in line.
So I have a
I'm
question.
picking
What's the
first in
difference if you? It's either you get the pain up front or you get it later on. That's how I see it. You get the pain up front or you get it later on.
So it's pain either way. I'm picking first in line.
Exactly, but the
Yeah,
pain
at
up
least you
front
got
is
first line.
interfering with the love that she gives you, because what she did didn't have nothing to do with you versus what she's doing in
See,
your
this is a
marriage.
conversation.
Ego
This
and
lets
break
you know that the
because
woman
she's
that
doing it
the
with
woman that
you.
has the
You thought
virginity
you
don't
were
even
valuable
see the
enough for a
value in her
virgin,
own
and she ends
virginity.
up dogging you out, fucking all the other men on the world. And
She's
guess what?
proving
Somebody
the
got that
point.
woman with 1,000 bodies.
She's basically trying to make a case that a woman who's virgin is not more valuable than a woman with 1,000 bodies. When real love is
considering
introduced to
that
the
y'all would
conversation.
still choose the woman.
You're
with-
exposing
like,
yourself.
It doesn't make sense to me.
You exposing yourself. What you're exposing is the fact that you fundamentally believe that a woman with 1,000 bodies who done fornicated 1,000 times is more capable in a relationship than a
That's
fucking
what God
virgin
told
born
me to.
into her
God
first
told me to
relationship.
have faith in everybody. God said Jesus walked in and
What?
scolded the church when he
God
said
ain't
the
even
church
told you
did
that.
that. He said,
No.
God ain't said that.
What scripture said that?
So I'm gonna go off the person
You don't
that
supposed
shows
to
their
have faith in
character,
no
not
human
the
person.
verses, not their sheet record. I'm not gonna go off
You
of
ain't
this, but
supposed
I'm
to
gonna
have
look at
faith
their
in no
character
human
and where
person.
the
What
person
Bible
of
you
their
reading from?
character. That's
Okay,
what
so
I'm doing.
listen.
That
But I
sounds like
don't
some
believe in
Frank
doing that.
Bible.
I don't believe you should do that to get experience or anything like that. Just to clear that up, darn.
God
No, I'm
ain't never
just saying.
said that.
This was
You
a
gotta
social
understand.
experiment
Somebody
to see if
who-
men
you-
will choose the thing that will hurt their ego versus the thing that would heal their ego. That's what I wanted to know. Because
woman
y'all
with
chose,
1,000
let
bodies-
me say
healing
why,
us.
Sweeney. Let me
A
say why.
woman
Because
in-
y'all chose
listen.
the woman that will act like that in y'all throughout your relationship, not the woman who did that
you're
when y'all
struggling
wasn't
to
together.
understand how
You
we
chose the
select
woman who
women.
would do that to you
A
while
woman
she's
with a-
committed
can
to
you
you
understand-
versus
Li-
the woman who made the mistakes
Just feel
outside
the
of you.
gravity.
That's
Just
why
feel
I
the,
said that.
listen to the gravity of the 1,000 men. Firms and pipe this woman down. She done took it in the ass and the mouth, everything.
Your
1,000
wife's
men.
gonna be that
Like,
wife would
can
take
you
it next. She's
imagine?
next. Remember that. I
Can
want
you
you to keep that
imagine?
in
Can you
mind.
imagine your son walking down the aisle with a woman who fucked everybody in the church?
If she's gonna love him right.
That's
If God
bullshit.
ordained her and God, because you trying to make it seem like it's not not what it is. If I knew the
Yeah, you
version
agree
he
with
would
this?
take down the house would
Who,
fucking have
me?
kids outside
No,
their
Shan.
marriage, then no, I'm not. I'm going to pick the woman with 1,000 bodies. Why would I choose the woman
Of course,
that's
you
going
would
to
pick a
embarrass
woman
him
with
during his
1,000
marriage?
bodies.
Why would I choose the woman that will have kids outside of him during his marriage? That's going to hurt his ego versus the woman who had 1,000 bodies. That don't make any sense. Why
A
would you
woman who
choose a
done
woman that you
fornicated,
know is going to
a
be
woman who
disloyal
done
to you, that you
fornicated
know
a
is going to
1,000
catch
times.
1,000 bodies, that you
And
know
listen,
is going to be unruly to
You
you?
know what?
It
Bet.
makes no sense. You're
Bet.
just choosing to
You know what?
be
Hold on, wait.
with
No,
her.
I got you then, Di.
You choose
So
to be
hold
with
on,
the
wait.
woman and go
No,
through
I
their
got you
spirit
then.
versus the like.
Since you
I'm
want
so
to down
confused.
this hill, I got you. So you got one guy that spent his history beating and raping all the women beating and raping 1,000 women. But for you, he gonna treat you right. He gonna treat you right. He gonna love you through all thick and thin. But then you got this other guy who don't really love you, but he
hold
ain't
on,
did
wait,
nothing
Swin. You
to
gotta add that he
nobody.
was a petty
So
too.
I have a question.
Damn.
But
Was
he
it
might.
consensual? Was it consensual?
Did you hear what I just said? I said he done beat and raped 1,000 women.
Hello, motherfucker.
But he ain't gonna do it to you though.
You gonna beat your
But you
goddamn
gotta,
TJ.
or would you choose the fake dude who gon' do it to you, but he ain't never did it in the past?
Wait, neither one of them is gonna do it to me. I'm gonna choose the one who.
No,
You know what I'm saying?
the other one, he's gonna do it to you
Like that,
in your
I'm getting
marriage.
a same experience with both of them, so I'm gonna choose the guy who didn't do it in the past. Because you said regardless, they're not gonna do it to me, so I'm gonna choose the guy that hasn't done it to anyone.
No.
You got it wrong.
No,
Swin.
the guy who did it in the past is not gonna do it to you. But then the guy who
Sweeney, I got a better one, bro. Here's a better one. You got two men. One of them, they done got fucked by 1,000 men. The second one, hold on real quick. He done got fucked by 1,000 men, trained and all that shit.
Oh my
God. Damn.
The second guy, he is a virgin. You gonna marry the virgin that's
but he bisexual.
But he bisexual.
But they both gay.
But you
So
gonna marry
they
the man.
both hoes. So we really don't want neither one of them.
But the first guy, he's not gay no more. He's a born again Christian. God told him, he good to go. He
But the
forgive him
other
for
guy
all
might
the
fuck guys in my marriage.
But he gonna do you right after he done took pipe for 1,000 bodies.
Okay.
You gonna pick the man that done took pipe, or the man that gonna beat you for the rest of the relationship?
I'm gonna take the man that took pipe. What he did has nothing to do with what our life experiences are. You just said he's gonna be right. He's gonna do what God tell him to do. So I'm not gonna judge him off his past. I'm gonna go with the man that's gonna treat me the way God told me I need to be treated. I'm not gonna go with the guy that's gonna treat me like the devil told me I need to be treated. It just seems like I had the balls and y'all didn't, because y'all still didn't answer the question. Y'all kept avoiding it and tried to change the stipulations. At least I had the balls to answer the question as it was presented to me. Let me just say that.
He also had the ball.
You're gonna need balls messing with that dude.
I would never do it, but I just wanted to know what was your perspective. Because if he gonna love me, I'm not gonna pick the guy that's gonna beat on me. I'm gonna be realistic. I'm not gonna pick the guy that's gonna.
The man that's gonna beat you is only gonna beat your ass when you step out of line.
Look at the women in the chat. I'd rather get beat.
I know, and that's sad.
He gonna only beat your ass when you don't do what he say.
Big. I want to be loved,
Hold on,
treated right, and I want my family to have a nice foundation.
Guy, you know you broke your microphone,
can't
right?
give me that. I don't want it.
Guy, you know you broke
But
your
if you're
microphone,
telling me the guy with 20 with all the men bodies, if you're telling me he's gonna
Don't
give
say
me
no
what
20.
God's told me I'm
It's
supposed to
1,000.
with him, and I'm not gonna contribute.
See how she tried to
as long
take
as
it
he don't
down
do that
to
to me in my
1,000.
marriage, I'm okay. As long as he don't do that to
That
me in my
nigga
marriage.
batting 1,000.
What you got to say? I see your hand raised. I gotta hear this.
Okay, I'm not even answering that second question. That wasn't for me. That was for Die. But I think that I'll put it in realistic terms. I think that her question was not that far off from what usually happens. I think a lot of times men have this choice in their life, right? They go by what they feel is right, what looks good, and what they really love.
Safe.
And sometimes
safe. Not right, safe.
So sometimes they choose to marry virgin, but then they make the 1,000 a side chick because he can't really marry her because it don't look good, but he ain't trying to really get rid of her. You understand what I'm saying? I think that it's kind of a realistic situation. And as far as the girl who does not love you, that too is also realistic because women have to have emotions, right? The women like to feel. And if she's emotionally not attached to you, if somebody comes in her life that she becomes emotionally attached to, unfortunately, he is going to lose her. That's just how women make up, right? So you will want your woman to be emotionally attached to you. I'm just saying, hypothetically speaking, I know you guys are not in this situation, but women are emotional. And that's usually why when women marry rich men and there's no emotional attachment and she end up falling for the pool boy, that's a real scenario.
So the reason I answered like that, Shan, is I have 100% faith that even if she don't love me in the beginning, she'll love me sometime.
Well, because you're so cocky. That's
You
that
can't
ego.
say that. You changing the scenario.
I'm about to explain it. I'm about to explain this answer even further. Men are very logical. We are very logical. We're very lenient in the way that we think. If you tell me I have to deal with the chick that I've been with 1,000 men versus a virgin, and there's a possibility that some shit might go wrong.
No, not possibility, guaranteed. Don't change.
You said it's guaranteed. All right, hold on, wait. Even if you say it's guaranteed, we as men, we're gonna still take the logical answer and say we would rather be first in line than last in line.
And
we're gonna rather be first in line and roll the dice than we would be last in line. That's just
whatever she does after that is her bit. You know, you didn't make that choice. You went in thinking she was a virgin and she was this person. Her choice is
she was a virgin.
No. She was a virgin. She is a virgin.
Yeah, she's a virgin. So you don't know that she's gonna do these things. So you're going in legit thinking I have a virgin and she's gonna be.
That's the typical situation.
No. I say ahead of time. No. Oh, you talking about your situation?
That's we know that she's a virgin.
Yeah, you know she's a.
No, that we know she's going to do all these things to her.
So what I'm saying to you is, if it were my son, that is the choice I would tell him to make, right? I would. I wouldn't want my son marrying a woman who has 1,000 bodies. I just would not, you know. Now,
that's the choice men are making. That's the typical choice men are making. They're going into a situation knowing for fact
1,000 men during their marriage. Which one would you pick? That's after they have kids, after they everything, and she's fucking these men. She's bringing them in the house. She's being unruly to him. This is what's going on during their marriage. Versus the woman with 1,000 bodies, what's going on during their marriage is she's completely faithful. She's raising your kids. She's not bringing other men around your kids. Whereas the woman who was a virgin, she's bringing other men around the kids. She's unruly. Which one are you picking?
I heard scenario.
So you know this up front. You know this up front.
I heard your scenario. Okay. Now we'll just have to get rid of her later. But as for us today, and she's a virgin, and we're gonna
I would rather be first in line than last in line.
So even though you know this is gonna be his
No, you can't get rid of her though. You married to her forever. That was part of it.
So listen, this is
we're
what
gonna put in therapy.
Listen, Shan, this is the conversation with your son. Listen, son.
Man, shit, it's the only chick on earth. So,
but you're gonna marry this woman, and today she's a virgin. So today is gonna be good, but tomorrow she's gonna fuck LeBron. And after that, she's gonna fuck Kyrie.
Hold on. But you said you did say, hold on. You did say LeBron was bringing 50 million.
I'm making sure this is what's.
Didn't she say that, Fred? Didn't she say that?
Because
LeBron was bringing 50 million to the house, right?
You see the future.
Nigga, I'm good.
And you see the future. Because
hold on. Let me tell you what's gonna happen.
If those are his choices, they single.
I'm gonna bust her down. She can go ahead and go for the streets. She gonna bring me back 50 million. I'm gonna get me a side bitch and I'm gonna sleep in the
ain't none of that left. Nah, bro. It ain't nothing left.
There ain't no side bitches left.
It ain't nothing left.
She got 1,000 niggas.
This only two left right here. This is my side bitch right here.
So this is my side bitch right here. Matter of fact. So what I'm just making sure.
What?
Just making sure.
So Dad,
strong arm.
What I'm saying to y'all is, you're putting in a hypothetical like this.
Bro, I got motherfucking. I could draw my bitches on a piece of paper, nigga. What?
Dad, you're putting it in a situation where it's like unrealistic. You know, it's never gonna happen, right? But what I'm saying to you is, you don't have to, because it happens every day. This happens in real life.
That's all I'm trying to say.
Have to be a
Man will pick what's safe.
Unrealistic situation. It happens.
Niggas ain't, bro.
It is dudes in marriages right now with women who they was virgins at the beginning. She married him because he looked good on paper. She looked good. They in this thing and they got the whole different thing going on the side. You know what I'm saying?
Hold on, wait. First of all, no. A lot of men are not out there marrying women that they know don't love them. That is not true.
Getting some McDonald's, ain't you?
Yeah,
They at least-
but
it sounds like,
videos all the time.
what she's saying,
especially with the trophy wife, he thought because she thought
Cook
had
out.
these ideas.
Yes, he may find. Hold on, wait. He may find out later
but
that
afterwards,
she
he
doesn't
was
love
spicy.
him,
She was
but he
bold.
ain't going into it knowing that this chick gonna do him wrong and don't
That's
love
true,
him
Sweeney,
and
but
can't
that's
stand
my
it. Like we
point.
don't.
That's
Men
my
don't walk
point.
into
People will
situations
present
knowing that.
themselves with the morals and values of something, because this is the thing. Y'all figure virgin means she has a certain personality type. That's the issue. That's the reason why I'm talking about this. Let me finish talking. Just like the woman who we was talking about last week, the trophy wife. That man chose her because she pretended to be a checklist. Basically, he didn't understand what love was. He thought this checklist equaled love, and then married her. And when she wasn't getting what she wanted out of the relationship, she showed a completely different side to her.
But
Hold
on, wait. Here's the problem with what you're saying, Di. You're still assuming that he knew that's what kind of chick she was. You're telling.
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that.
Wait.
That was just for the scenario. That was just for the scenario.
But the problem is that if you presented a man with a scenario where he has to where there's a woman that claims that she's gonna love him, even though he knows that she's had 1,000 men, versus a woman that ain't never been touched, who also claims she's gonna love him, but somewhere down the line she's gonna do him wrong in a marriage, the man is gonna choose the virgin every time.
Okay,
because
so let me give you a more realistic situation.
Hold on, wait. Let me include something else real quick.
What about the woman
Hold on, wait,
because
real
of her past
quick.
versus the woman who's
wait, real quick. Just wait. Hold on. Let me just say something.
There's a more realistic
Let me say something. So the thing about this whole situation, you said it was only two women in the world. And it's me and it's 1,000 other niggas. Obviously, it's 1,000 other niggas because the first girl got 1,000 bodies. I'm the 1,001 nigga. Yes, I'm gonna be okay with this situation. Other men be involved because you know what? What's gonna happen? You got 2 women with 1,000 niggas. I'm not gonna stand in front of niggas. I'm not gonna stand in front of 1,000 niggas and tell them no. And that position, I'm gonna be like, you know what? Go ahead, have your way.
That's why it didn't even have to be like
there's
that.
only 2 bitches in the world.
First of all,
listen,
I'm gonna tell you right now.
$100 at the door. I'm charging $100 at the door. Like,
you
come on,
walk
bro.
in and you catch your wife getting trained. One got one in the mouth.
All them niggas got to pay up.
This your wife.
Damn.
So you just imagine it didn't happen. You're seeing it with your eyes.
Wait, you have to understand this.
You're not understanding. He gonna choose both of them. He just gonna only marry one. And he gonna
No, listen. You said it's only 2 women left, and there's 3.5 billion men on the planet. That there's only 2 women left.
One woman's not gonna fuck them during your marriage.
You think even if I was married to that woman, you think I'm about to try to fight off 3.5 billion motherfuckers? I'd rather be my dick.
Oh my God! Here you go. Look.
Oh my God! I can't get
always say just but now, Sweeney, like I said, men make that mistake. When I hear men purposely avoiding people because they're not able to tell
the virgin, but
what's going on, they end up
I ain't never seen nobody take for
I hide my trauma. So since I hide my trauma, when we get married, this is my chance to spill it out. And if you don't deal with it, they become very entitled, and they end up being like the trophy wife that y'all saw. You have to date more than just a checklist. You have to, because when you start dating for a checklist, you end up making the mistake that Sam got
tell
made
us
last
how
week.
we supposed to date? We done successfully got married. How can you tell
I'm
us?
talking about the younger guys, not y'all. Because little did you know, I was married too. We just didn't get a chance to get there, unfortunately. But I was there. I was on my way there. But his mental health declined. But I know what it feels like. I built the bond. It was 9 years, lasting more than some people married.
Okay, so
ultimately, what you have to
understand.
Ultimately, what you have to understand is, men, we gonna always go with I'd rather be first in line than last.
He told me that. He told me that too. He used to, because he was the guy that took my virginity. So he used to coach me before I actually started dating. And he told me how men think. And I understand that. And I'm not saying this.
Did you know there was millionaires on Wall Street not too long ago? I think it was in the early 2000s. They were actually doing an auction for a virgin. up hundreds of $1,000s auctioning for.
So they don't care about love,
on
Dad.
Wall Street
They don't care about love.
for a virgin to be the
Nah,
first
that's how
one to
most
hit.
of the
They
world
was
is
paying
becoming.
hundreds
They're
of
just caring about
$1,000.
status. They care about
Men
how the
don't
other
care
person
about
makes
no
them
love.
look.
They care. They
about
want you
The
to
virgin.
money.
They don't care
It's
about.
not about really love no more.
Telling you, man, virginity. That's one thing that kind of left us. That's why this conversation doesn't. When you have women that have conversations about virginity, it's the value in virginity is a thing of the past. That's why you can't really see it. Men, we still hold it. If we can get our hands on it, we still think it's a precious thing to have. But for y'all, I mean, y'all busting it open so young, y'all really never had the time to be able to appreciate it. Because soon as you got the feeling in your body to want some dick, you gotta own it. You know what I'm saying?
He was
That's
over
not
it.
true. Especially not in high school, and this is why a lot of guys get they like.
So how old were you when you was your first time then?
A lot of. I'm not. That's my business. Just know the
Shannon,
man
don't
that took my
lie.
virginity
Don't lie,
was
Shannon.
For me,
also the man who
I'm on-
proposed to me, and was
Anybody can
also
pull
the
this
man I
up.
had a kid with. Just know that. Just know that. But that's my business. You don't ask a woman.
No,
I'll tell
no,
you.
we
I don't
we,
mind
we get
telling.
that part.
I don't mind saying.
Go ahead. Go
I
ahead.
was a senior in college, my senior year.
Okay. See,
What about
what
Anybody
what
at
the only thing
university will vouch for me. I was a virgin on
we
campus.
got you. So
what about
what we're what wasn't mentioned, at least I don't think was mentioned, was the fact that men associate virginity with all of those positive characteristics, no matter what, and probability shows you that that's true, right? So they are able to pair bond, and they are generally different than women who are promiscuous. So that's why when
they pick them though.
How old was you?
now
when you
we
had-
dig it. No, we get it. We understand it. It's almost like you saying, all right, I was gonna buy 2 cars, and you at the dealership, and the dude is like, yo, I got this this joint over here. It's got 0 miles or whatever, but it's definitely about to break down, right? And then you like, all right, but I got a brand new joint right over here. That it's different. So if you say you got a used one, it's got 2 million miles on it, right? Or that would be equivalent to probably 5 million miles. So you're telling us to go pick the car with 5 million miles. We can't get that out of our psyche that car with 5 million miles is going to fail. We really think so, right? So we like, shit, I know what you're saying, but like this joint got 0 miles versus 5 million. Because a woman with 1,000 bodies would be equivalent to a car that has 5 million miles. So that's why we had
with a broken muffler and a
And I don't mean it. So I don't like that. So it's that real
the
fast.
catalytic converter that been stolen.
And that's what our community
You got a
lacks.
5
They
o'clock
lack the
shadow
faith
around
in
that pussy.
change. They lack the faith in believing. They lack the faith in rehabilitation. When Jesus never gave up on anybody, he was the example. He didn't give up on anybody.
I'm not
And
Jesus.
everybody think they're too good for the other person. When 9 times out of 10, she should be dating somebody else who's going to lead her. If she dates
here's the
somebody else
thing. Here's
who's
the
on her
problem
level,
with this.
she will remain at her level. She would never elevate. This is the thing.
You see, here's the thing with that. Here's the problem with that. Jesus can save your soul.
You're doing what
Yes.
Jesus tells us
But
not to do.
that pussy is gone. He's not finna come.
This is so inappropriate. Young people.
So Jesus forgave. I ain't Jesus.
This is such an
You
inappropriate.
think the Lord gonna say, I'm gonna save you and I'm gonna renew your
They
pussy?
taught us how to
No.
rehabilitate. This is like the stuff that we doing for love is the things that the slaves, like when I hear them talk about, like when I read my books and they talk about the faith they had to have in order to change the community and to change a lot of slaves'
That's
mind
why
and
niggas
get
believe the
slaves to
church.
start
'Cause women
standing up
think
for
that
freedom.
Jesus is coming
They
to
had to
renew
go
that pussy.
out and they had to endure hardships. But this
Them
hardship,
women sitting in them damn
the
pews
hardship
taking
with
their
black
virgin.
love being
They done got their
dissipated,
back
this is
blown
the
out by
spiritual
every deacon in the
warfare.
church.
This is the spiritual warfare that they told us was a battle. We're battling the things that's unseen. So when you go into it with that mind
Got the
frame,
church on
that's
fire.
the reason. Wait, can I just give my take on the video from earlier? That's the reason why I like the people that girl was surrounded by, because when you speak from a place of trauma, and this is me being transparent. When I used to speak from a place of trauma, I would say some things that I was not proud of, and that's just a trait for us women. When we're hurt and we turn our emotions off, we speak from a place that's not heard of. So I like the way the guy started off. Okay, I like the way he started off. I'm glad to see that it was older people in there versus people her age to try to get through to her. But then once they tried to get through to her, you can tell she received it. That's why the lady called her out on her bullshit. She said, you knew you was wrong. You know the bullshit you're saying is wrong. And the girl said, I don't give a fuck about what you think. And when he instantly changed his energy, I felt like he had a right to. He had a right to. Because that's a woman who don't want to learn. That's a woman who don't care about how other people feel, and she's wondering why she getting in the situation that she was getting in. But sometimes we think that everybody with trauma is gonna be a brick wall like that, and that's not the case. And we tend to give them a delivery like women who are brick walls.
So
we get that. Go ahead, Shannon. I'll go after you.
I think after they tried to get through to her and she was doing that, yeah, they should have went in on her ass, and he was starting to go to. But I think his first approach was good to
I
see
think she
what
wound up
type of
walking
woman
off.
she is. Is she a woman I can get through to? Is she a woman I can make sense with? But I think when people automatically see that, she just made this video out of anger, and then she's coming here and she's standing on it. Maybe she don't understand these points, but then you see she understand those points and don't give a fuck. Okay, then that's when you lose the empathy for it.
All right, so like back to the car reference, right? I think we're missing it. So there's so many things that are gonna be wrong. Your transmission gonna be slipping. You're gonna hop in the cabin. It's gonna have hella smells that you just not really trying to deal with, right? It's gonna need a lube job, right? It's gonna be a lot of things that's just wrong with it. So you gotta take all that stuff into consideration. Irreparable damage.
Wipers don't work no
So,
more.
but you said that one would run, but the new car would immediately break down. So this car would get me from point A to point B, but this car wouldn't.
But listen, even if you have 1,000 bodies,
I'm just saying, if my point is to get from point A to point B, I'm not gonna worry about the ride. I'm gonna make sure I get from point A to point B.
She's not even gonna think about you when she fucking you. She's thinking about the nigga that was the best out of the 1,000.
Because I have a lot of bodies. I don't. I'm not making this point. That's not the reason why I'm saying this. But when I notice what's important to men, then that's when I just started to make scenarios to test my theory. That's what I did.
The problem is that you're trying to say that
I'm not that woman.
I'm just trying to. Sham was trying to say something.
Go ahead, Sham.
Okay, first of all, a person who has that much going on in turn, there's something else going on. 1,000 is ridiculous. Maybe we should have done a lower number than 1,000. You should have stopped when it started getting into the like.
Did everybody freeze, or is it just me? Is Shan talking?
So you telling me?
Talking.
So what I'm saying is, with that, that's some trauma. That's a lot of baggage that you're taking along with you. There's no way that you had 1,000 bodies and it did not affect you mentally. There's absolutely no way as a woman you laid down with 1,000 men and that did not have an effect on you. And you're bringing it. Nobody that's I can't.
You're changing the scenario again, Shan.
No.
10 years. She did her rehabilitation, and God works miracles. So you telling me not even God can change a woman like that? That's what you're telling me.
No, that's
we telling you that God is not going to micromanage that in that fashion.
No,
I don't know what Bible you reading from.
I do believe that God can do it, but I can also believe that God is not gonna force a man to be with that. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't think.
I told you it was for a theory that men would marry that's more safe versus like if he knew a woman.
You're talking about the old
Testament. That's an ego thing. That's an insecurity thing. You don't want to fuck her because
of her insecurity.
That's not an insecurity.
Because you're gonna marry the woman that's gonna do it to you in your marriage. Regardless, it's gonna be done. The only difference is it's done when y'all wasn't together, or it's done in your marriage. What's the difference?
But that's not insecurity, though, Dad. That would be
because of her past don't mean the mistakes she made when fucking those 1,000 men will come into your marriage. I already said that those mistakes won't come into your marriage. Y'all changing the scenario because it's 1,000 bodies.
But
that's why we try to tell you your whole scenario falls apart because
you basing it based on
these
many people who usually do this act like this, and then you wonder why they judge us as black people.
It's impossible for a woman with 1,000 bodies to not to be mentally unstable after all of that friction.
She's saying
it's possible not to be. The reason why I say that is because when I look at
probably don't even
other people's situations who came from homeless homes to being NFL football players. It's not even though most of the people that says that most of the people who grew up in this community will end up with some type of issue like this, some people make it out and they don't. That's what
Right.
I'm
But
saying.
you know what?
But
Right.
this is one of those situations, like y'all try to switch it to fit y'all. No, the situation is what it is. I understand that most people with 1,000 bodies will have the traits of the woman, but this is what I'm telling you. In this situation, that's not the case. This case, this woman is going to be loyal, and this woman is not. Because not all the time, if she's a virgin, don't mean she's going to be loyal, and every time she
It
has
does
a
not.
past, don't mean she's going to be
Fair enough,
unruly.
but at that
That's
point,
why I asked this specific
fair
situation
enough. But at
to say
that
you would
point,
know up front.
die.
Up front, you will know that the woman with the past has healed and God has had an effect on her life, or you have the woman who Satan is in her head. Just because she's a virgin don't mean she's doing it for God or for religion. We just know
But
that she's
you're
a
saying,
virgin.
but
She
you're
could be a
saying,
virgin to be
Doc,
manipulative.
we get that. But you're saying that we're making a safe choice. Neither one of those choices are safe. Neither one of them. That's not a safe choice.
The
All we
reason
did was
why
make
the
a.
other choice is safe is because instead of you just thinking like because of her past, it might come out in our marriage, I've already guaranteed you that it wouldn't. That's
No,
why.
but so you said
So
that
the
men
only
would
reason
hold
why
on,
it's
wait.
unsafe
You
because
said
you're
that.
thinking about what she
Wait,
did in the
no.
past, which
You
has
said
nothing to do about
no,
her
die.
loyalty and commitment to you.
You said that the answer that we gave you was confirmation that men will go with the safe choice. Neither one of those choices are safe because technically, if we went with the safe choice, it would be the one that you said we should go after because we would know for a fact she wouldn't cheat on us in our relationship. We're just going with the logical choice
I didn't
of
say
I would
just
rather.
cheat, Sweeney. I didn't say just cheat. I said love.
I can
Godly
tell you
love.
right now, that the type of
Godly
person that's
love.
gonna
That's what
argue
I
you
said. Everything that
at the
comes with
goddamn
that.
dinner table. If you get
And then the wife is the one who's being manipulated by Satan. The fake love.
At
So
the
you
end of the
choose.
day, at the end of the day, you're asking a man to either choose to be first in line of 1,000 men or last in line of 1,000
I
men.
got a question. Let me add to her story.
I was
What
asking the man
what
if they would rather the woman with fake love or real love. That was the question.
There ain't
Y'all
no
just
fake
got
love or
consumed
real
by the
love with
body.
that one
My
on hit
theory,
1,000
my
men before
point
me.
in
What?
this test subject was to see would men pick the love or would they be too concerned
girl,
about the
we know
body.
they
That's what I wanted to know.
they don't pick love.
Will
Okay.
they pick the woman that has the morals and values that God told you supposed to have,
because
or
we
are you
don't
going to pick
separate.
the
Listen,
wife that
the,
follows
the reason,
Satan?
the reason
I
why
want to
we
know.
don't
I
the
mean,
reason
the
why we
virgin that
don't do
follows
that
Satan.
is
I
because
want to know.
women separate love. We look at love as a whole collective particle. We look at love as: do you love yourself? Do you love your body? Do you love the
She
way
did
your
it
mind
before,
is?
but she do now.
Whenever you let your body get
Hold
plowed
on.
in by
She
1,000
didn't
cops,
before, but she do now.
we already know you don't love
Like
yourself.
you keep
Oh,
forgetting
how
that
about
the
this?
woman that you're marrying is the one that
Die.
don't love her body. She's the
Die.
one that like you keep getting it. Y'all keep switching the scenario.
So this is another scenario. So how about you put this piece to it? What if she had 1,000 bodies, but it wasn't her fault? She was made. She had.
What?
No, this has happened. The reason why I say it because
she was being sex trafficked. Say she was
Right.
being sex
So
trafficked.
so there are people because I see stories on YouTube and people say their sex traffic story. You know, I'm just saying because this is 1 in a million. Let's just say this person came across you, right? This happens. This is somebody. Listen, this is somebody's reality, right?
This Shane's story. I don't want to switch. Don't switch my story to this.
So that's somebody's reality. But this is the part I want to add. Would you take a virgin who is an atheist over a person who is a Christian? But she was, and she's.
We're going back to the original
And now
question.
she's
You
changed.
said,
Yeah,
hold on, we're going back to the original.
That's more realistic.
Basically,
That's
since
more
you want to
realistic.
bring God into this, you said when we rather pick the girl that chose the devil first and then found God, or the girl that came out the gate who found God but then chose the devil later.
No, she never
didn't
found
say she
God.
found
Just because
God.
she's
She
a
just said she
virgin
was a
don't mean she
virgin.
found God. She's straight Satan. She's straight Satan.
How the hell is she a
Always
virgin?
has
What's
bad
her
intentions.
backstory?
Because she
Always
just
has bad intentions. She
that.
knew that her virginity. She know that she could hold her virginity and get paid for it. She
Hold
know
on,
how
wait. How old is
being
she?
manipulative with her virginity.
That's
That's
How
what
long
I'm
you be
saying.
holding on to that
I'm not
bitch?
saying because
How old
she's
is
a
she?
virgin, she's religious. You
How
cannot
old is she?
say a virgin
How old
woman
is the virgin?
has
How
these
old is the
qualities.
virgin?
You can't
Maybe
say
she's
fake.
22.
How old is the virgin?
22.
They're both the same age.
What? How old are they?
22.
They're 5 years younger than you.
So she's 33.
Too old.
33? She been holding on her virginity for 33. You tell me God ain't had shit to do with that?
Yes.
I was stingy with mine too.
Hey, hold on, wait. And how much money do I have?
Y'all never seen that
Hold on,
episode
wait.
where
Don't we about to go down? Since you want to go down this,
y'all never saw it?
no. Since you want to go down this rabbit hole, we about to go with you. You said that she's trying to sell her virginity So am I the richest man in the world, or am I just me?
No. I say it's happened before. I say it's literally happened in real life.
No, you said she an atheist. You just trying to.
That's why I don't feel like my example is far fetched. That's what I said.
You
woman,
said
no. She just saying she just bad. You're gonna have to stay married to her your entire life. This the woman you have the kids with. This is the woman you building with. The Satan woman, the one that's gonna be fucking all the NBA rappers and stuff while you're married. This is what it is.
So our choices is the chick who chose Satan is trying to find God, and the chick that is Satan. That's still with Satan.
The chick who was born into sin and found God, or the bitch that just loved being in
all
sin.
of them were born into sin. What the hell wrong with you?
What kind of choices are this?
I just want
Just
to
a
know.
lose-lose.
That's all I want to know. So y'all worried about her past versus your own future, and that's what I'm. That's what
The fact that this is the only scenario you could have gave us.
So that's just my opinion on it.
Y'all be look, check this out. This is just as bad as when y'all be on these internet to my son. You gonna be single forever. You better get that dude who ain't got a job, but he real kind to you. And you
ain't nobody ever told you. Ain't nobody ever told you to get no dude that ain't got no job. Ain't nobody ever said that.
He ain't got no job. He made $40,000 a year, but
that's a job.
That's a lot of money
for the past 2 weeks.
Hold on, Dad. I got a perfect question. I'm finna goddamn destroy your whole scenario. Now you said, and I'm gonna take your scenario. You said the woman with 1,000 bodies. That woman believed in the power of prayer, right? And the guy healed her and turned her away from her sin, right? And now she's ready for real love, right? I'm gonna give you that. And she believed in the power.
She's rehabilitated for
she done rehabilitated and everything. She prayed to God and he done rehabilitated her, right? So it's power in prayer. So you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna choose the virgin and I'm gonna pray like a motherfucker.
That's not the option. That's not the option.
That is an option.
That is an option because
prayer is always.
She's unruly. She don't want to pray. She don't want to pray. She's unruly. She's combative.
Hey,
she don't want to do
you ain't got to pray. I pray. I pray.
If the first one.
I said that.
If the first one
that destroyed the whole shit.
God.
It destroyed the whole thing.
Because what God say is free will. You can pray for her.
No, you can't do that now.
Those prayers are going to fall before
you can't have it both ways.
She don't want to change. She loves
you said it was. Hold on, no. You said it was power in prayer.
She got 1,000 bodies. Look, I got 100 bodies.
No, you lost.
She always.
You just lost.
No, she's not
changing. Take the L. You said it was power in prayer. I done chose the version and prayed that shit off of her. You just said it was power prayer. They destroyed the whole shit.
Darwin, you know you have to want it. I cannot pray for my son to change. My son has to want change. I cannot. My mom can't pray for me to change. I have to pray to God and ask for that change.
No, now you not only are you moving the goalposts.
If that's the case,
now you ain't reading the Bible. You gotta go back and read the Bible now. You can pray for people.
Period. And she's not willing to change. And this is the way it's going to be your entire marriage. Y'all keep trying to change.
Now you walking back. Now you walking back. You walking back. It's an L. You take it. Just take the L.
It's okay. Ain't
you
nobody
said it was power in prayer.
I think I got the information I needed.
That information you trying to say that.
I don't want y'all to agree with me. I just wanted y'all to answer honestly.
You just took
I'm
L.
not saying this to be manipulative.
No, because the
I'm
conclusion.
just saying to me, if I was in that position and
I
had to choose the one that would give me the better future versus the word about the other's past, I'm going to pick the one that's going to give me the better future.
That's because men and women aren't the same.
The one that's going to in my marriage give me that's going to line up with the ideals I believe in my religion, within God.
But here's the problem.
You know why you can't
understand. That's just my opinion.
You know why you can't understand this? How many women can a man sleep with before you'll be like, I would never date him?
I understand that, Marcus, but
I'm asking you.
Answer the question.
Listen. I don't think I care. I don't care. But that's
exactly
the world teach you what to care about. Back in the day, they wouldn't ask you how many bodies you had. They're worried about what wife you're going to be to them. That's not
because they knew they wouldn't have.
When you're in Rome, back in the days in Rome and all that shit. That's a European thing that they made up. And honestly, when you look at white
that
movies,
wasn't European.
Let's be honest. Let's look at white movies and black movies. You see encouraged for women to embrace their sexuality early in here, they're not being scolded for it. So by the time, even in college,
I see we gotta have
they
a body
don't
count
scold them
topic
for it
now.
the way that black men do it for black women. So throughout, like when you look at the difference between the cultures and everything, y'all, I just feel like sometimes y'all be worried about a woman's past, when even when it comes down to white men, they're not worried about the woman's past. They're worried about who she is as a woman and where she's
Yeah,
going.
hell they
They're
are.
not worried about her past.
Did you watch whatever podcast?
No, they don't care. But listen, so
that's what I'm saying. They don't care.
The part. Listen, the woman who is in the Guinness World Book for having the most
motherfucker who
pregnant
came
is
out with
married.
the issue with Rolo Tomasi, he a white man.
And these white women know that. They know as long as I don't marry somebody from this college, I can go to a different state and he's not going to ask me how much bodies I have. He's not thinking about that. He's not actively searching for a woman with
How do you
bodies.
know this?
He's
How do you know
searching
this?
for a woman with other
How do you
qualities,
know that?
such as
How do you know
love,
that?
contentment,
How do you know
women
that?
that is easy to communicate.
How do you
with.
know
He's
that
not
white
worried
man ain't
about
gonna
what- he's
ask
worried
you about your
who
body?
she is now at
So
that moment.
How
and it's
do
trying to
you know that?
communicate. And that's what I
How?
said. The woman with
body.
the past bodies
How?
is like that now, and the woman that's a
How?
virgin is not.
So
And guess what? Who the white man gonna pick? He's gonna pick the woman that's
How do
acting
you
how
know
she's
that?
supposed to act,
But
and he know is gonna pick her,
But
and know
Darwin,
he's gonna be a contribution to
I'm
his
gonna
family.
answer his question. So so we can look at just things we know for they're out there for
Look
us.
at Trump's wife.
Listen, the woman who holds the highest sex record in the Guinness World Book, she is married. So somebody. But then we have a show about the girl who wanted to erase her past. She was like, I want to get rid of all the videos, of all, and then she got married. We had a show about that. Y'all don't remember that? I'll put the back chat. But it was a woman who, I put it in the Lapeef group chat, in Facebook group chat. But anyway, so it just depends on the person. But I think the more of the story is through these guys. I think with Trev, we said with Sweeney, we said with Bruiser. I don't really remember Marky Mark's point in JR's, but most men don't want you to have all this crazy amount of experience, right? So women, just close your legs.
No, but
Let me
listen,
be fair. I will pick the
before you
guy.
go, Doc.
So
Hold
for
on
instance,
before you
y'all
go.
know how y'all
One thing
say
you gotta
cheating on
understand
women
about
doesn't mean y'all don't love
Yeah,
them.
hold on real
Y'all
quick.
love a woman with still cheating on them.
Yeah.
I would rather
Yeah.
choose the man
Yeah,
who's loving
Simone,
me
hang
genuinely
on real
and cheating
quick.
on me and being
Hang on
honest
real quick.
versus the
Hang
man
on
who
real
don't
quick.
love me, the man who's gonna abuse me and
God
tear me
damn.
down and is not making mistakes. I would rather to work with the one that actually loves me than the one who's there to manipulate me and not listen to me or my voice or whatever is important to me.
Hold
and
on
the
real
things
quick.
I
Hold on real
value.
quick. This is
And
one
they're
thing you
not
gotta
gonna raise our
understand
kids,
about the
right?
word that you don't read. The word that the scriptures I don't know what you reading around and shit or what. You gotta understand when you talk about the power of prayer that you may be missing. Do you know that the virgin has a higher chance and a higher rate of connecting with God through prayer than a woman who had a fucking 1,000 bodies? The virgin woman.
How when they said
Do
no
you
sin
know
is
the
greater than
virgin
any
woman?
other?
The virgin.
How
Listen,
when
hold
God
on.
said no sin is
Let me
greater than any
tell
other? That's
you.
some bullshit.
Let me
That don't
tell you
even
how
make sense.
power.
Because
Let me
her
tell you how
having sex
powerful the
outside of
virgin
marriage
woman is.
is
The
just sin,
virgin
but
woman
that virgin is
was
probably
able to
lying
be a.
sometimes. Just because you're a virgin don't mean
The
you're perfect.
virgin woman. The
All of
virgin
our
woman.
prayers are heard the
Back
same,
in
and Jesus
history.
says that.
Hold on
That
real
was his
quick.
point of hanging
The
with the
virgin
people
woman.
who
The
Jesus hung with
virgin
the
woman was
Pharisees
at.
because he
The
said those
virgin
are the
woman was
people that
able to.
needed help.
Listen to what I'm saying. The virgin woman was actually able to bring in Jesus Christ himself. The virgin woman was so fucking powerful. Listen, the virgin woman was so fucking powerful, bro. That back in the days, they made these women head of churches, head of ministries. Because
Why
was so
JR
powerful.
check out, bro? JR done
Y'all are
check
crazy
out.
as hell with this shit, bro.
I think they gotta be a Lapeef first.
Y'all
I ain't never
always
seen
want
him
to
check
preach
out in
about
the
the
middle of
Bible
a.
and y'all want to talk about Jesus, but y'all don't love the way Jesus loved. Y'all try to be wrathful like God. Y'all try to be God up in here. Nobody gives empathy and try to love the way Jesus loved. Yeah, y'all want to be wrathful to these sinners.
Let me tell you what your problem is as a woman.
At them. That's what you
Let
want
me
to
tell
do.
you what
You
the
don't
problem
want to
you're gonna
love them.
have when
You
you
don't want
marry.
to
When you get
understand them. You
married
don't
and
want
you
to
have
do
a
Jesus
husband, when
teachings.
you
You
have a
want to try to
man
be the
that actually
Old
follows
Testament
Christ,
God.
the
That's
problem
what
you're
you're
gonna
trying to
have
be. Old
is that
Testament
your
God.
man is actually gonna find his purpose and he actually gonna serve God. He's actually gonna follow Christ. The problem is he gonna have with you is you gonna try to tell him what to do whenever you're supposed to fall under him.
I'm gonna tell you what Jesus said. I'm gonna tell you how
See,
Jesus said.
that's what
That's
your
what I'm gonna
problem
do.
is. He gonna
That's
tell
the
your
man
ass,
that
get
you
the
should be
hell
trying
out.
to mimic. I'm
That's
not gonna
exactly
tell you
what
what I
he gonna
believe. I'm
say.
gonna tell you what
Get
I
your
read.
ass out.
I've
That's
been
what
in
he
the
gonna
church.
say.
I grew up in Christian school, my entire life from kindergarten. I mean, from kindergarten all the way to 8th grade, and I've been in the church
No.
since.
Oh,
Foundation class,
really?
teaching
Nah,
the kids. I
it
was
ain't gonna
raised
work.
in the church, and I know that
That
Jesus
shit
said
ain't
you're
gonna
supposed
work.
to love with a loving heart, and you condemn
You
a
know
lot.
what Jesus gonna tell
You
you?
condemn a lot, and you
Jesus
don't
probably
believe in
gonna come to you
change.
and say,
Jesus
woman,
said with the
shut.
Pharisees
Jesus
for
gonna
a
say,
reason,
shut your
and they
damn mouth
shunned Jesus for
and
sitting
listen
with
to
the
your
sinners.
husband.
And Jesus said, "I'm sitting with the sinners because these the
That's
people
what the
that need
word
help."
says.
That's what Jesus
That's
said.
actually the Bible.
He
Did you
didn't
forget
condemn
that?
them into hell. But hey,
You
that's
didn't
just
know
what
there
I
was a
read.
hierarchy,
That's
did
just
you?
what I read.
You didn't know you're supposed to submit to your husband and your husband submit to Christ. It goes up and it comes back down the same way. If you ain't under the covering of a man, the devil is at you listening to the devil.
I'm just making sure I'm the man that I'm following. He, thank God, he didn't wrote a book with his teachings. Thank God.
499 Marcus and Sweeney. Did black women get tricked into feminism because of Tethers, which was the start of the gender war? I think I might have read that one already.
This woman can
You got
read
$11 chaotic isn't sexy red taller than you.
Oh, damn. AP
$10
Ben wanted you to read this one.
The original question was who's pulling more as a dude? A phenomenal night is getting 3 at the same time. Sam Cassell. If Justice Wallet is leaving with an 8 at minimum, if that's what he wants. Come on now. You got 11. $10 says that. Have you ever been talking and blown a lip? Damn.
Why
I
y'all
ain't gonna
don't
lie
ask
to
the
you.
men the same questions when they be on here crashing out?
Man,
You know what?
nah,
That's
come
okay,
on
because when
now.
y'all start crashing out with these females like y'all
She
doing
just
right now,
admitted that she
y'all start
crashed
going
out.
back and forth. I'm gonna say the
Oh,
same
that was
thing.
a crash out
Darwin was
now?
God
crashing out for a
damn.
minute. Darwin was crashing out for a minute. He was trying to spit
At
back.
what
He was
point
like,
in
now I
stream
got
did
you.
you crash
No,
out?
now I got you. No,
Cause
wait.
we gonna
Now
clip that
I don't
motherfucker.
say nothing about him. It's cool. I already know what type of viewers be here. I ain't
Hey,
tripping.
Di, at what point did you crash out? I gotta know, when did you crash out?
2 hours ago, goddamn. Because remember, in the chat, she said she was leaving around 12 something.
And look, my
been
rag feel
crashing
like,
out
are you
ever since
coming
that.
outside or not? You gonna either let it? I don't know.
Ever
today
since
I'm
she
working.
tried to cake for 1,000 bodies, she been crashing out, goddamn.
She been,
I hit
she
the
been
like
trying
button,
to
Mr. Gossip.
support again hoes.
Thank y'all.